request all of you to please settle down before we start the program. Faculty members, please take your chairs. Except student volunteers, few of them, please, all faculty members also please be seated. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Good morning to one and all present here, and a very warm welcome to each one of you present here. Before I start this program and officially kickstart such a historic day at S-VYASA School of Advanced Studies, I want to just cherish this moment. When have we seen industry mentors, entrepreneurs, National Chair of AIMA, Guruji, faculty members, lot of experts and mentors sitting along with the students of undergraduate and postgraduate students being present in the hall. Can we cherish this moment by starting with a big round of applause, please? That was a resounding applause indeed to start this program. It is truly a proud moment to stand before such a distinguished gathering at this very special occasion, a collaborative event hosted by S-VYASA School of Advanced Studies in association with All India Management Association Young Leaders Council, Bengaluru chapter. Today's theme is Class to Corporate. How do we empower students and bridge the gap that exists in the academia? It is necessary. It calls upon us to rethink how we prepare our next generation of students before we let them into industry. Let me take a moment and my heartfelt welcome to all of the dignitaries, speakers, and special guests who have come here. Thank you all for coming to S-VYASA School of Advanced Studies. We are honored at the presence of our chief guest, a true visionary and global thought leader. What if I say, all of us celebrate International Yoga Day? What if I say, the brain behind this is our Padma Shri Guruji, Dr. H.R. Nagendra Guruji. Guruji, thank you so much for being with us. We feel blessed with your presence here. A warm welcome to the brain behind making this event come together. One day, while I sat in the corridors of this college, when we wanted to bridge the gap between industry and academia, I remember my head of the department, Dr. Gitanjali ma'am, calling me and saying, why don't we have an association with AIMA? Me being me was little, I cannot say lazy enough, we were stuck with a lot of work. But then one day we decided, yes, we'll make it happen. For the brain behind this inception manifestation of this event, I welcome Dr. Gitanjali, head of the department, Management and Commerce. We are privileged to have the National Chair himself of All India Management Association, Mr. Santosh Rao, who represents the national leadership of AIMA's Young Leadership Council, a platform that is mentoring, guiding, enabling youth leadership across the country. While I read out his profile, you will find it is not only endurance in academics, his endurance is also there in cycling, which I will give a glimpse a little later. Sir, welcome you to this program, sir. More or less, whenever we see the Bengaluru chapter in charge, chair, Mr. Darshan sir, we feel a friendly bond. We also had a lunch last time when we had met. Sir, it is indeed my privilege to have you at our campus, sir. Welcome to S-VYASA, sir. I know you're all waiting to listen to this special guest. A warm welcome to Mr. Sandeep N. Shetty, who will deliver us the keynote address for the day. His talk will be on empowering the next generation students. He'll also speak about, when we were speaking to him, he said, your education is plan B. Then what is plan A? So stay tuned. Sir will speak about this. Sir, a very warm welcome to S-VYASA School of Advanced Studies, sir. We also have, luckily, our Pro-Chancellor, Ramakrishna, sir. Sir, welcome to S-VYASA, sir. Saying all this, it would be wrong on my part if I don't welcome the backbone and the permission giver of this institution who has taken care of all of us, Dr. Sridhar, the academic director of the college. Sir, welcome you, sir. I also extend my warm welcome to all the faculty members who are present here, who have supported me and the entire team in making this happen. All the deans, head of the departments, and faculty members, thank you so much Please, I welcome all of you to this auspicious gathering. Thank you, faculty members. The most important part of the day is the guests, entrepreneurs from various walks of life, entrepreneurs who run the economy. All this while, in this particular room, we used to welcome academicians who are giving input. We had no communication with those who gave us the output. So today we have all the entrepreneurs, business runners, probably can I call the movers of economy, the wheels of this economy. I heartfully welcome all the entrepreneurs to this auspicious gathering. Thank you so much for taking your time out to be present here. To every student, guest and participant in the audience, you are the reason why we are here. But before we start this program, it is customary at S-VYASA to light the lamp and then start this program. I request all the dignitaries on the stage to please light the lamp and request my student coordinators to sing the invocation song while we light the lamp, please.
ಚರಣ ಕಮಲ ನಿನ್ನ ಪೂಜಿಪೆ ಅನುದಿನ ಚರಣ ಕಮಲ ನಿನ್ನ ಪೂಜಿಪೆ ಅನುದಿನ ಪಾವನಗೊಳಿಸೋ ಈ ಶಾಂತಿಧಾಮ ಪಾವನಗೊಳಿಸೋ ಈ ಶಾಂತಿಧಾಮ ವಿಘ್ನೇಶ್ವರ ನಿನಗೆ ಪ್ರಥಮ ಪ್ರಣಾಮ ಸ್ಮರಿಸುವೆ ನಿನ್ನಯ ದಿವ್ಯನಾಮ ಸ್ಮರಿಸುವೆ ನಿನ್ನಯ ದಿವ್ಯನಾಮ.
That was indeed a blessing invocation. Thank you, students of ME. What is S-VYASA? To all the dignitaries who are here, I started from the very scratch. Where did we grow? Where did we come from? What is this campus? What is our aim? To speak about all of this, I request Head of the Department, Dr. Gitanjali ma'am, to please speak on about S-VYASA University as well as S-VYASA School of Advanced Studies. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Gitanjali ma'am.
Gurubhyo Namah. Namaste everyone. It's indeed my pleasure to give a introduction to about S-VYASA University and S-VYASA School of Advanced Studies. The vision, the visionary, he himself is seated here. So let's begin. Our vision reimagined the journey of S-VYASA and the rise of S-VYASA School of Advanced Studies. In the rich spiritual and intellectual legacy of India, one name stands out for a boldly bridging the ancient with the modern and the spiritual with the scientific and the philosophical with the practical Swami Vivekananda inspired institution. Inspired by the Calvin call, combine the best of the East and the West. A unique educational revolution was set into motion, one that would be eventually take up shape as S-VYASA, Swami Vivekananda Yoga Anusthana Samsthana, deemed to be university. Founded in 2002, S-VYASA is India's first and the only deemed to be university exclusively dedicated to yoga, yoga science and research, and specifically an evidence-based research in integrative medicine as well. Recognized by the UGC under Section 3 of the UGC Act 1956. But the dream, as Vivekananda said, make your dream in such a way, it should be your cells, your blood, your passion and everything. That is how Guruji and Nagaratna Didi started this vision and dreamt of this in 1986 when Padma Shri Dr. H.N. Nagendra Guruji sir, former NASA and Harvard scientist, envisioned a world-class institution that could apply the tools of science to validate the truth of the ancient Indian wisdom. From its humble beginnings, the tranquil surroundings of Prashanti Kutiram near Jigni, Bangalore, S-VYASA grew into a globally respected institution, pioneering the groundbreaking work in yoga therapy and integrative medicine, mind, body, spirit, wellness research, preventive healthcare and lifestyle disease management, Vedic psychology, spiritual counseling, and Indian knowledge system. Its research findings have been published in over 600 peer-reviewed journals, including the Lancet, the British Medical Journal, the S-VYASA publications, and many more. Its collaborations include the Harvard Medical School, MD Anderson Cancer Research Center, WHO, NIMHANS, and AIMS, to name a few. S-VYASA was an instrumental, as mentioned by Jayan sir, in helping the Government of India emphasizing and conceptualizing the International Day of Yoga, celebrated across 190 plus countries, and helped develop yoga protocols for COVID-19 recovery, mental well-being, adopted by the Ministry of the Ayush. But even as the world recognized its achievements, the leadership of S-VYASA understood a deeper truth. True transformation lies in preparing the next generation, not just with skills, but with the self-awareness, ethical grounding, and global consciousness. And hence, the birth of S-VYASA School of Advanced Studies. In 2024, the vision took a bold new step forward with the establishment of S-VYASA School of Advanced Studies at the Sattva Global City Park, Mysore Road, Bangalore, the present campus where we all are seated here. It is a futuristic, as you can see, a campus located in the heart of India's innovation capital and surrounded by the multiple companies which could be our future employees and the prospective employers. So School of Advanced Studies is just not a school, it's a new age platform where ancient Bharatiya wisdom is aligned with the 21st century employability skills. Academic rigor meets industry relevant training. Conscious leadership is cultivated alongside the strategic management acumen. Here students don't learn how to succeed, they discover what they must lead. It's about the goal, what they have, not the vision, but the purpose of the life is what been here, learned, and been taught. Guruji always says the three angles of anybody is not only your technical skills, emotional skills, but he added a third angle to it, a spiritual quotient. A spiritual quotient in the today's world is equally important. Post-COVID, we all have realized that. Post-COVID, the COVID has taught us a lot of things about being connected to ourselves, our roots, our culture, which brought us through the journey and the turbulence of the COVID. So through its strategic partnership with organizations like presently what we have, AIMA YLC, industry mentors, startup incubators, and leading MNCs, School of Advanced Studies is crafting a new leaders with spirituality grounded, emotionally intelligent, and globally competent. That's equally important, and we are moving towards sustainability goals and equally giving the importance to sustainability as well. So from boardrooms to communities, startups to NGOs, these students, our MBA students, BBA, BCom students, will carry forward the torch of holistic education lit by Swami Vivekananda ji, refined by Dr. Nagendra sir, and empowered by the legacy of S-VYASA. The S-VYASA School of Advanced Studies is more than an academic institution. It is a national renaissance of value-based education, blending India's civilization strength with the modern innovation systems. As we stand at this historical confluence of knowledge, consciousness, and capability, purpose, with the purpose, we are reminded of Swami Vivekanandaji's words that we all see across on our campus. Education is a manifestation of the perfection already in ourselves, or already in a man. And SAS is here to manifest that perfection in the minds, hearts, and the actions of the future generation. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. This is about the S-VYASA, and the architecture himself is being seated along with us. Please give him a big hand for creating such a wonderful campus where we are here, the purpose for us to be here, and the connection what we have today. Thank you so much, and thank you everyone.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gitanjali ma'am, for this information about S-VYASA School of Advanced Studies. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have In the room, our Executive Director, Anish Antony, sir. Sir, we welcome you to this program, sir. Now is the time to start and begin this program. About AIMA. Leadership is not just a title, it's a mindset. And AIMA's Young Leadership Council has been nurturing mindsets across the country. I now invite Mr. Santosh Rao, a passionate mentor and a leader, to share the vision and journey of AIMA, a platform that empowers India's next generation of change makers, industry interaction and leadership exposure. Before I invite you, sir, I also have prepared a list of things that is very interesting that I felt. Indeed, for all the generation who are gaining with lot of obesity and lot of health issues, probably sir might be a spark today to speak about it. Mr. Santosh Kumar is a dynamic force at the intersection of innovation, investment and inspiration. As a National Chairman of All India Management Association, Young Leaders Council and Director at S-VYASA, he is passionately shaping the next generation of India's entrepreneurial and technological ecosystem. An alumnus of Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore, he brings over 2 decades of rich global experience in fintech. A serial entrepreneur, he has successfully founded 3 ventures with 2 high-impact exits and is proud recipient of International Innovation Award, the Startup Chile Global Investment Prize and an equity grant from Government of India. He is also the sought-after mentor and advisor to numerous startup programs. But what truly sets him apart is his discipline and endurance, not in his business, but in his life. A passionate cyclist with over 75,000 kilometers of endurance riding, he has completed 4 international cycling championships, including the Paris to London expedition, the Great Wall Ride in Beijing, Angkor Wat Trail in Cambodia, and the Taiwan Bike Championship. Whether it is building businesses or building health, ladies and gentlemen, give it up to the National Chairman, Santosh sir.
Good morning, everyone. Namaskara, sir. Nimma ashirwadinda shuru martini. I hope everybody follows Kannada a bit. Okay, good. I'll try and because it's I like the setting because namma Bengaluru nalli aagಬೇಕಾರೆ I always prefer to speak in Kannada. At least namma culture ನಾವು ಮರಿಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. So it's good to get used to speaking in Kannada ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. So I'll mix both. I'll try and cover more about AIMA and what we do at YLC, and also I'll talk about a bit on what my aspiration with the youth around here, right? Where I think the university is setting a very great, grand ambition, and we are here to join hands with you. So a bit about AIMA, what exactly we do. AIMA is, if you can look at AIMA as a 3 verticaled entity, it's a federated entity for all district management associations. There are about 68 management associations at different districts in India, and all of them get federated under the AIMA, All India Management Association. So each district management association has a lot of SMEs, small scale industries built into that. So that's one vertical where the driving force of the country, the MSME, is joined within AIMA itself, right? The second biggest vertical for AIMA is our corporate folks, right? So the AIMA membership includes about 6,000 corporates, and it's growing, right? All of these are lifetime members with us. You can take from mid-sized corporate to large corporates. The likes of the Tata groups are also part of AIMA. Additionally, what we also have, while we do these 2 things, we have been very deeply entrenched in the education academic sector. Have you heard of MAT exams, MAT? So that's run by AIMA, right? Before even CAT became what CAT, the popular CAT, right, which is used by most of the top B schools in India. MAT was the official government supported or government approved exam. Even today, MAT is still the government approved exam. About 600 universities across the country use that. About close to about a million students in India apply and sit for the MAT exams. That becomes an entry point for many of the B schools or even PG programs in the country, right? So we have 3 verticals, like I said, very beautifully embedded. We have the small scale industries, the driving force, the large corporates which are driving the country into the next leap, and then we have the academic entities that are joining hands with us, right? So we have about 80,000 members today across individual membership side, and under YLC, why did we even set up the YLC? It started around 2018-19 when we set up a small committee under Mohandas Paiji. We were discussing on how do we next build the country's future, right? What role can we play as an association? Can we bring in some more value add? And that's where the spark got ignited, where we said, while the AIMA leadership has, or the membership has a lot of leadership pool, they get to mentor each other, they get to network amongst themselves. what's left for the mid-management? Is there a gap in the mid-management layer for the country? Because for a country that is looking to be the top 3 country in the world in terms of the economy, we need to have a really strong, successive mid-management layer. If that is missing, then we'll end up having a challenge where if somebody in the top management retires, there's no mid-management that is coming to take up their role, right? So that's where we said, can we create a platform for mid-management layer? So what is a mid-management in a regular perspective, in a business perspective? It's essentially people with 15 years of experience and across different domains and verticals. We said that can be our entry barrier to say so that we can have a created mid-management layer. And what do we offer for them, right? We provide them with mentoring, we provide them with access to leaders, we provide them with workshops, we also provide them with the networking opportunity. And then we said, can we take a slightly differentiated approach? We go across the country, spread ourselves, not just be Delhi-centric. Hence, we created about 11 chapters in the country. Today, Bengaluru is one of the leading examples for us in terms of our chapters. We also have our first international chapter in Nepal. We have a second one coming up in Dubai, hopefully in the year. So we are also spreading our wings beyond the country. While we did that, it's been about, this is our 6th year of existence as Young Leaders Council, the council under the AIMA brand, right? Now we are at a stage where we said, last year when I took over as national chair, I said, what next for us, right? I mean, we're creating that layer of mid-management. Now, how do I bring in that young talent to become the mid-management layer, right? That also needs to be replaced. Hosa neer barlebeko, right? So, adike, how do we really enable that? And that is where we started creating this university program. So we said, let's go to the universities, the route where the students are coming out from, where the talent is coming out from. Can we join hands? And I've been on the corporate side, right? A typical grouse that we have as corporates is say that the students are not ready for corporate yet. We say that there's always a gap. That's a grouse, but my complaint on the other side with the corporates is that why don't we take a step ahead and build that bridge, right? It doesn't have to be always academy who has to build the bridge. Can we also do that? And hence we said, probably as an association, we have that good vantage point to bring both together, because we've seen both sides of the spears jointly, and we can probably build that bridge in a better way, bringing in all stakeholders together. And hence we have created this university program. And what do we plan to do with this university program? We are going across the country, through our chapters, signing up MOUs with the universities. And these MOUs are not for another addition to the presentation or PPT, right? No. For me, it's deep down. I'm completely embedded, wedded to this program myself, because I have a deep ambition that while India's decade is the current decade, but this has to be India's century, right? And for that to happen, I think Namma Samaya Mugdirentini, youngsters are the ones who will be driving that for the current century with the students, right? So you all have to be the driving force, and for that to happen, we are putting our foot forward. We are offering an olive branch with 3 or 4 offerings. So first one, what we want to offer you is that to the students, we want to give you a complete deep down mentoring on being ready for corporate, but also I'm not just looking at you all as job seekers. I would rather want you all to be job creators in the country, because the country today needs more of you to really drive the economy, and that cannot be through being employed at Google or Facebook or even the Tatas. You have to be the next Tata. I'm letting that sink in, right? That's a need of the hour. And for that to happen, whatever is required from our side, we are completely committed. We have Darshan here from my Bangalore chapter. He's fully committed to executing that for us in the Bangalore and the surrounding southern India. We also will provide you with mock interviews in case you want to be a job seeker. We'll also help you prepare with deep feedbacks and engagement to get yourself really be prepared to face those tough corporate interviews if you need to be on the job seeker role, right? Nothing wrong in being a job seeker, but I'm just looking at many of you should really look at becoming a job creator, right? If you look at India's civilization, we've generally been a cottage industry kind of a country, right? We've always driven, our civilization has grown like that. It has never been one kingdom that has ruled us for hundreds of years. No, there have been multiple kingdoms, and they collaborate, and they've always thrived on a good economic viability for themselves, right? And that has to happen through the next generation. So that's where we are looking at also bringing in innovation and entrepreneurship support to you all. And it could be through the incubator support, it could be through the mentoring for your startups, it could be speed dating sessions with the corporates, it could be in terms of pitchathons that we've been planning around, hackathons that can be executed for you all. With your permission, with your university, we would love to also do that for you all. If that can create one spark, one job creator who can create 10 jobs, that's a success for us, right? So for me, I'm looking at a holistic engagement here, where we also would love to bring in our industry leaders within the YLC sphere of life. At YLC, we have about 650 mid to senior management leaders across the country, across the domains, and they are more than happy to extend their support to the students. Now it's now up to the university to say that I need these kind of speakers, these domain experts, and it's our duty to bring you that talent, right? And I'm really committed to bring in those kind of workshops and long-term engagement for your students, where they can really become the leading light for the country. And hence we are here today to sign the MOU. I'm hoping that this MOU is not just a facile utility of the, like I said in the PPT, but this will become a long-term relationship, and this can become a template for multi other university engagements within the southern Indian part. We already have MOUs with a few other larger universities in the northern India. So this is our second one in Bangalore, right? So we're looking at really getting our Bangalore chapter off to a flying start with the university engagement. That's what I want to share with you all. I'm here. I'm going to continue to be engaged with you all, and happy to work with the students and the university in whatever way. Fortunately for me, I've been on both sides of the table for myself. I've been a corporate guy. I used to head innovation for Citigroup in India, and recently took over a sabbatical to lead something much more meaningful and impactful for the country. I head an innovation center for SPJIMR, which is a top 7B school in India, and I'm taking this 2 years sabbatical just to build that momentum for the country, and I'm replicating this as an open book for everyone else to deploy in their own universities. I'm happy to also share from that perspective what we are doing with multiple other universities or innovation centers across the country. I also work with NSR Cell in IIM Bangalore. If any of you want to get incubation there, if you want to bring in that angle to here, more than happy to bring in that industry connect as well for you all. I thank you all, and it's my pleasure to be here. But I want to leave you all with, since we are at S-VYASA, I'm duty bound to remember our guiding light, Sri Swami Vivekananda ji. He's been one of our guiding lights, at least for me personally. Every word that at a young age, he's created so much directions for us, and we are just using that direction to move further for ourselves. And like Swamiji had told, arise awake, stop not until the goal is reached, and we are setting up that goal for you all today, and we want to walk with you all, and I want the students to take the initiative. I love that the students reached out to me, and they invited me, they set up all the background logistics work. I think beyond that is where we are looking at you all, and I'm hoping that many more of you can become unicorns in the country and lead the country in the coming century. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, sir. We will look forward for more such collaboration from AIMA and S-VYASA. So now is the time. Sri Dr. H.R. Nagendra is one of the India's foremost thought leadership in yoga, holistic health, spiritual scientific integration. He is the president of S-VYASA, India's only yoga-based university and a global pioneer in field of yoga therapy and education. With a career that bridges engineering, research, and ancient wisdom, Dr. Nagendra began as a scientist from NASA and Harvard University before dedicating his life to the application of yoga, health, society well-being. He holds a doctorate in mechanical engineering and has over 100 research papers and books to his name in the areas of yoga, stress management, and mind-body medicine. He has also served as an advisor to our present Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, and played a pivotal role in conceptualizing and organizing International Day of Yoga that is celebrated globally each year on 21st June. Through Vivekananda Yoga Global Movement, he has brought yoga into lives across millions, across hospitals, corporate boardrooms, classrooms, and rural communities. In recognition of his groundbreaking contribution, Dr. Nagendra was added with a prefix. That is why, ladies and gentlemen, I say it is not just Dr. Nagendra. Our Guruji is now Padma Shri Dr. H.R. Nagendra. Guruji, I request you to please address the gathering today.
What a delight it is to be with you all, my dear brothers and sisters, on this very auspicious day where AIMA has come forward to join hands with us to bring the management system to meet the challenges that we are facing today in India and all over the world. Many people ask, you have been in the field of yoga, and why did you start the program in engineering, management, computers, allied sciences here? No? What we have been observing over the last 25 years, the people who got into this field of computers, management, and others are getting stuck with this modern challenge of non-communicable diseases. Asthma, diabetes, hypertension, heart problem, epilepsy, migraine, irritable bowel syndrome, all are on the ascent. Lot of IT professionals who had worked day and night to meet the target have started getting into these big challenges. And I was talking to Devi Shetty, most of you know, in Narayana Vidyalaya. 20 years back, the people who used to come there, 1,500 bed facility, essentially used to be above 55 to 60 years. Today it is flooded with people with 20 to 30 years youth. What a shame it is. If you look at the growth of diabetes in the country, it has doubled. We had a pan-India study of prevalence, and 2.5 lakh people in all the districts we tracked, and found out what has happened. 4 to 5% in rural area has increased to 9 to 10%. 9 to 10% in urban area has grown to 19 to 20%. No? Look at the financial burden that we are facing in the health scenario. Therefore, our Honorable Prime Minister gave a call that we have to deal with this diabetes. According to prediction, India is going to become number 1 in the world. Now, at present, China is number 1, and we are racing to become number 1. So he said we have to prevent that. How to do that? Over the last 30 years, we have developed wonderful modules, integrated yoga modules to deal with these things effectively, and we have been able to bring it. So just 3 months of yoga, every day 1 hour practice, brought the severe diabetic into moderate, moderate became mild, mild became normal. And now we are further doing a 5-year study to see sustainability and complete reversibility of diabetes. We have done a lot of research and published research papers. So we have a tool that the Indian speciality that our people has. This has to be brought into the fore. So the management experts, entrepreneurs have been brought here. We all should get involved in this process of developing our health by prevention of diseases, promotion of positive health, and not to get stuck with these burning challenges that we have. Getting burnt up with this thing, committing suicides, and all these things are increasing. So we have to bring this tool that our Indian law has been able to bring throughout the world. And this is going to be the direction that we give to the world at large. One side, it is very necessary that we have to have our increased economy and go into the 4th or 5th or 3rd economic superpower in the world. One side is low. It's very necessary to see that we bring better living standards in the country, at least food, shelter, clothing, and others. But the second dimension is the health dimension. Therefore, it's very necessary that entrepreneurs and also management experts should direct our attention to see that the health scenario is brought to the forefront. Prevention. We say prevention is better than cure. But how much budget we give in the country? Hardly 1%. Not only in India, all over the world. Therefore, I have been pleading in Planning Commission and Niti Aayog, and after a series of discussions over last almost 20 years, everybody agreed, yes, we have to have a bigger budget. They asked how much we should do. I said 20%. From 1% to 20% is big jump, So they all agreed to have 10%. And Dr. Harshvardhan was there. He said, okay, not to Nagendra, I will work on these things. And we set up 1.5 lakh wellness centers in the country. For each one of them, he allotted 25 lakhs. Calculate 25 lakhs into 1.5 lakhs. It comes to nearly 20% of the budget. This is how India is progressing. What is the objective in this wellness center? To prevent and promote positive health. And as management experts, you should have a sort of networking of all the people to see that you bring this expertise of management to see that this starts coming up as preventive measure. All of us students should be trained to see how they maintain their health, promote positive health, and not get stuck with the stress challenges that we face. It's a very tough job, we understand. When you go to the industry, you are given the target, you have to meet the target, and they work 12 hours, 14 hours. I know a lot of our IT friends, they work so hard, day and night. Hardly they have time to spend their time with their family and friends and others. They have to work because they have to meet the target. You know? In the process, what happens? Stresses develop, and stresses start hitting. And unless we give them this proper stress management system as to how we'll be able to release all the stresses, you'll be stuck with these NCDs. If you are generating 100 units of stress every day, if you don't release all the 100 units, you release only 80 units, then you are going to get stuck. How to effectively reduce the stress? We have developed excellent modules for these things based on our ancient wisdom base. In Mandukya Karika, our teacher of Shankaracharya, Gaudapada, he has given the whole secret in the Gaudapada Karika, in the Mandukya Upanishad. And we pulled out that secret and brought out a big module and very effective module called cyclic meditation. You know, and this is the one that gives you very deep rest. For example, if a person sleeps for 6 hours, how much rest he is going to get? Very good sleep, not disturbed sleep. 9% rest, as measured by the metabolic rate, reduction in metabolic rate. But if you do this 35 minutes of cyclic meditation based on the secrets given in an ancient wisdom base, you will reduce 32% reduction in this thing. That's the beauty. What you cannot get in 3 times more than 6 hours of good sleep, you can get in 35 minutes. This is the wonder that our ancient wisdom base has. So over the last 30 years, we have been continuing this thing, and hundreds and thousands and a few lakhs of people all over the world have learned and started incorporating. What we want, every day at the end of the work, whatever time you take dinner, maybe 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, you have to see that you use this 35 minutes practice. It will give you control over the food and bring immense relaxation. That is the thing that we are offering as a tool for that. And therefore all the students should learn these things, adopt this as a part of life. You know, then things will change. Not only it reduces the stresses, but also it increases your efficiency. We have published nearly 24 research papers in which we have shown your memory will increase, efficiency will increase, IQ will increase, and creativity will develop, and all these things happen. Very simple tool. You know, that is what we have been trying to do that. Therefore, for all the students here, we have started incorporating and developing. You know. Therefore, our objective of the management system, as we say, financial development, and as he rightly said, we are not just job seekers but job creators. That should happen. And we have to maintain the health. The big challenge that country is facing, the world is thinking the management system should direct their attention into this thing. With this in India, now Dr. Ramakrishna, Pro-Chancellor, he has now come forward that we will start here management in health management system to see that this thing also is going to come up very effectively. And therefore, this MOU with AIMA is going to be a landmark in developing this dimension, not only in this university, but when you have a MOU with other things, you can bring this health management as one of the most important things and take this thing to higher heights. In management, Japanese have had the biggest role to play by bringing TQM, total quality management. What we have done is to take it to the next step. Even people who are practicing TQM in Japan, for example, they are getting stuck with these challenges of NCDs. So what to do that? We developed holistic systems management. In the holistic systems management called HOLSIM, It adds dimension of health, personality growth, and contribution to the society, apart from the quality of product that we develop in the total quality development. So about 20 years back, with the help of all the IIM experts and other people, we developed this holistic systems management, whole SIM, and we have started adopting. In Germany, in many places, they have started doing that. And this has to be brought forth so that we will have a comprehensive approach for the development of management. And AIMA can pioneer in this direction when you are going to sign MOUs with various universities, bring this dimension of health and probably holistic systems management, which can bring new dimension of Indian speciality. Indian knowledge system can come and give direction to the world at large. The whole world is looking towards India for this purpose, that they want to see how this can be done. And that is going to be our great contribution. And really, I'm very happy today that you have been able to join hands with us. Thanks to Gitanjali ji for making this a very memorable day here. And see that all of you who have come here will direct your attention towards the major challenges that our country is facing and the whole world is facing. You may have all the wealth, but your health is gone. What is the use? So health is the priority, from wealth to health. And we should have wealth and health. Both should start coming up in the world, and the management scenario should do that. When you look at the definition of management, you have management of education system, health management, financial systems, everything is included in the definition of management. Just like the definition of health. Health is not merely absence of a disease or an infirmary, but it's a state of well-being at the physical, mental, social, and spiritual levels. Similarly, management has a broad spectrum of the holistic vision that has to be incorporated into our management system. With that, thank you all very much for coming here.
Thank you, Guruji. That's the words from the person who has taken the highest civilian award, my dear friends. Now it's the time that we have all been waiting for, to sign the MOU between S-VYASA School of Advanced Studies and All India Management Association. Now before I go into this, I'll just take 2 minutes. It is wrong on my part if I don't do the gratitude to the person who has arranged this entire event and who has made this possible. It is Mr. Vignesh. His full name is Mr. Vigneshwaran. He is a well-known face for the Department of Commerce and Management, since he has engaged a lot of workshops for us. As the founder of CEO of ThinkU, Vignesh leads the development of cutting-edge enterprise mobile applications with a focus on user engagement and behavioral design. With over 2 decades of experience in garment design, branding, UI UX designs, and enterprise technology, he believes in giving back to students through his mentoring. He is also a marathoner, a motivational speaker. He is also architect of his upcoming business, or probably a giveaway business, I can call it so, Crucifix, a dream project of his that empowers startup entrepreneurs through cohort program and businesses like Golden Strategy Square, Business Model Canvas, and Aligned Profitability. We have here with us Mr. Vigneshwaran. I request you to please hand over the MOU to the department head, Dr. Gitanjali ma'am, and I request the National Chair of AIMA. I also request Anish sir, Director, to please be part of this MOU signing ceremony, sir. Please, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, probably this is a historical event for S-VYASA. You see the National Chair, Mr. Santosh Kumar, signing it for S-VYASA School of Advanced Studies. Now I request Anish sir, representative of S-VYASA School of Advanced Studies, the Executive Director. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Anish sir, please. While the leaders sign the MOU, students, you have a lot of things coming in. Industry mentors, experts, workshops, trainings, and whatnot. So gear up for an eventful year ahead with AIMA coming into S-VYASA corridors. Ladies and gentlemen, now we'll witness the group photo post signing of MOU. Request all dignitaries to please display the MOU. So what will this MOU bring it to us? Now we have Bangalore Chair, Young Leadership Council, AIMA, founder and CEO of OJUS Testing Solutions, Mr. Darshan Kasarvalli is a dynamic entrepreneur and a passionate advocate for youth leadership and innovation. As the Bangalore Chair of Young Leaders Council under All India Management Association, he plays a pivotal role in mentoring emerging leaders and bridging the gap between industry and academia. In his professional journey, Mr. Kasarvalli has founded and led OJUS Testing Solutions, a company dedicated to providing quality assurance services in tech industry. Beyond his professional endeavors is also love for cycling, theatre, literature, reflecting a well-rounded personality that values both personal and community growth. Sir, I request you to take through this MOU and what are its benefits.
Thank you all, respected Guruji and all the dignitaries on the dais and after dais. He started with cycling. Hopefully, we will be able to continue cycling as Santosh does. He goes all over the country. I only go around the park. That's all. So that's the ability. As usual, he takes care of all India and I take care of Bangalore. So what motivated me to join is simple. When I started 10 years of TCS and I started my own startup, and then as usual, we don't have shoulders to cry when we start the startup. We have to be very strong in front of employees because we are afraid that they will leave us if we start crying. And in front of investor, we can't cry, otherwise next money will not come to us. So we don't have anybody to cry upon. So that's when we said, let's work together so that we can cry in closed rooms. So that's how we started working together. And we said, okay, what is the bank balance you have? What is the bank balance? Can we do Panipuri party? That's our motive when we started all this. The idea of AIMA starting YLC was very simple. We have a lot of industry leaders coming together and they have achieved a lot of things together. They want to contribute back to the society and it has to be meaningful. Okay. Now what we have done together is we have confirmed their time to us. Okay. Now they are developing or contributing their time and knowledge to develop mid-level people. Even though it is Young Leader Council, it's all gray and bald hairs. So it's all about us getting to be the next leaders, right? When we do that, we also need practice. I keep making fun. Can you do swimming by reading a book on swimming? No, you can't. You have to get into the water. So where do we as mentees go into the water? That's when we said, can we design programs where we can get ability to mentor? Whom can we mentor? We are going to lead people who are from this generation. What better way to go to the colleges and mentor them, right? So that's the idea behind the philosophy behind why we have started this. Okay. Now, when we started thinking, how do we formulate this program? we thought, what is the difficult part of this young generation? There are 2 or 3 parts which is very, very difficult. One is, if you take the big schools, it's fine, but then if you take the medium and the other schools, communication is the biggest challenge. Okay. Communication is not language. Communication is, if I say, all of you understand I need water. Okay. But communication is pursued as language. The ability that I don't know English or I don't know that particular language stops many people to open up. When I have done more than 1,000 interviews in my technical area, and first thing I ask is, from the CV itself, whatever written, what do? Do you know Java? The answer is yes, sir. That's it. What will I know? I have 15 minutes for people to understand or gauge, should I hire him or should I hire her or him to my company? And if the answer is yes or no answers, how will I gauge them? So communication is about conveying what you have in mind. And again, I keep asking the same question again. Are you confident of walking? And people laugh at me and say, yes, obviously. If I ask the same question to a 2-year-old, are you confident of walking? They will say no, right? So the idea is, are you confident of taking interviews? Answer is no, because you are the 2-year kid. If you practice more and more mock sessions and do lot of events and lot of hackathons, lot of projects, and then I ask you, are you confident in talking about what you have done? Your confidence is much higher. So what people need is people who have done things and not just reading the book on swimming and saying I am expert in swimming, right? So that is what we want to build, and that's what has inspired me of taking this post and saying, well, how can we contribute? It has to be meaningful, right? So what we have designed is, we have designed the orientation program where we say, if you are such and such a program, what is the job opportunity for you? Okay, that's the first thing we will like to discuss with you. Second thing is, we have different kinds of mentors in AIMA. They are domain experts, they are technology experts, and they are experts in their own field, right? So based on your interest, we can actually bring them onto your campus and have meaningful discussions. That's what we want to aim, okay? Now, this can't happen just by us giving you a set curriculum saying you have to follow this. The interaction has to be, or the ownership has to be, I would not even say the management, it has to be from the students. You should decide what are the areas you need to explore, and that's when you contact Vignesh, who is part of the bridge between both the teams, right? So what we would suggest is, you talk to him and say, I would like to explore cybersecurity, this. I would like to explore different aspects, even though it is technology and I am from management, I would want to explore, right? I'll give you a classic example of how we bridge gaps, right? One of the startups came to me probably 5-6 years back and said, I have clients in Africa, they are banking clients and they want new technology to be implemented, okay? So what we thought was, we went to IBM and we said, Hyperledger was the technology then, and we said, would you want to train? The first answer was no. Then we went back and said, how do we make this yes, right? So we went back and told, hey, look, you sell servers and banking sectors actually are the ones who buy. This guy has 20 banks in Africa, and if you pilot them, you can sell. Then said yes. Okay. Then we said we needed students. So we went to Deshpande Foundation and we said, I'm bringing IBM, they will train you. They said yes. Okay. Then we built a hackathon, we built a prototype, and we said to the startup who didn't have resources and money, and said that, hey, look, this is your prototype, go and talk to this one. So this was the success story we built. So you need to think different. You have the mentors here who are ready to help, right? Now you have to find an innovative way to make them come here, and that's the platform we are providing, okay? Now that's the opportunity. What we bring in is, you have to select what are the areas you are interested. Even if you don't know, let's arrange awareness sessions. They would be more than happy to come 1-hour sessions and talk. We have arranged so many sessions in other colleges we can arrange here. Simple is, you want big companies, we have big companies. We have medium-sized companies, we have medium-sized companies. You want startups, we have startups. They are willing to talk to you, okay? The idea is, you assume they are not willing to talk to you. the proof of the pudding is there are so many entrepreneurs coming here today just to interact with you, right? So they are willing. So many didn't make it up here because of the traffic or various, but they're still willing. Okay, so idea is we have given the platform. Now students, you have to grab this opportunity to make your future. Now how do you do this? You talk to the management here and say, I am interested in such and such. Can we arrange a session? Okay. Now we want to launch a student wing of YLC in starting from here. Okay. The idea is you will get the leadership position, the president of that. You can interact with us. We will give you the opportunity to interact with the industry. You can then organize sessions, how many ever sessions you want. We will promise probably 20 hours from our side, but we will, if you ask us more, we are more than happy to do it. We think the minimum should be 20 hours is what we think. Okay. Now, along with this, what we also are concentrating is domain expertise, technology expertise. Okay. We have any industry you take, we have very senior management in the portfolio of AIMA and YLC. So if you say, I want to set up oil and gas, I want to set up domains in different areas, we can talk. Okay. Now I can't come and say I have this like a menu. Okay. You will have to tell us, as this college, I want to set up a center of excellence in cybersecurity or innovation. He was head of Citibank's innovation. He has led so much funding in his previous avatar. If you can ask him, can you set up an innovation center here? He will be more than happy to contribute. Okay. Now the time, effort and all is different, but the intention is there. Similarly, there are domain experts, there are technology experts, mid-level, senior level who are ready to contribute. And we have written, like we have signed MOU with them that they will contribute so many hours for AIMA and YLC. Now, unfortunately for us, it's been not or underutilized. Okay. We would want to go to a lot of colleges and we would request you to take the initiative and utilize that. We have the currency. It's like the grant of government, right? Most of it has been sent back. Now we don't want to send it back because we have taken so much effort, because getting these guys to give us 10 hours in a year, 1 hour in this one, in a month, 2 hours in a month is very, very difficult. Now we have got it. Okay. The idea is now you have to come to us and say, can we build this center of excellence in this college? Can we build this technology center of excellence in this college? Can we do multiple events? Okay. So AIMA by default has one meeting per month. YLC has one meeting per month for Bangalore chapter. Every month we meet. And in a quarter we would want to do a grand event like this one with technology or focused area, which would, if you volunteer, we would want to do it in colleges, and that will help us promote both college and the industry. So that is one part. And then the mentoring part, right, for the non-technical part, we have promised mock interviews, which we are ready to happy. We have Anshu here, we have Talisma, Rohit and all here, who have actually signed up saying that we are happy to bring people who can do mock interviews. Okay, the non-technical aspects, right, where how to face. More you practice, more easy it is for you to give actual interviews. Would you rather fail in the actual interview or in the mock interview where you know that the person who is interviewing is going to give you positive feedbacks? That is what we are bringing. And then not only that, we have technical, we have domain interviews which you can say. If you say I am a full stack developer, we can do that. UI UX you have in-house. I consider Vignesh to be in-house this one. So you have all these guys available for you. Now it's up to you what domain, what technology you want to utilize the whole platform. And if you have much more ideas, we are more than happy to collaborate, because we want to make the Bangalore chapter better chapter and successful chapter. So it is more than us being happy to collaborate and do it. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. This remarks a very important day as well. And as I say, Department of Management, Commerce and S-VYASA also believes this, connect, co-create and coexist. So I request all the department heads and faculty members do take opportunity of this, create a center of excellence of cybersecurity, because we do have BTech, MCA programs in cybersecurity, AI, ML, and all the cutting edge technology. So I think this will be helping to us to create a different center of excellences in terms of technical as well as the management. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, Darshan sir. It was really insightful. Now we are geared up and looking forward for what all we can utilize out of AIMA, if I can say that. So, good morning. What would you do if you lost 70 lakh rupees at the age of 27? Our next speaker didn't retreat, he redefined the movement. That experience became a catalyst for a mission-driving career, guiding businessmen, owners to make smarter financial decisions, avoid preventable losses, and create long-term sustainable wealth. With over 15 years of experience, he has advised leading CEOs, bootstrapped startups, and multi-generational business families. His expertise lies in structuring capital efficiency, optimizing cash flow, and designing risk-managed financial strategies to support growth. He is the author of 4 books, a regular contributor to leading and industry publications, and currently oversees more than 4,000 crore in client assets. Holding advanced certifications in corporate financial risk management, actuarial science, and trust and estate planning, he has been recognized by Bangaluru's top media outlets as the architect of financial confidence. It's often said that good financial management alone can't guarantee business success, but poor financial management can certainly lead you to failure. Today, he will share 3 core principles every entrepreneur should master: structuring capital intelligence, managing cash flow with discipline, and anticipating financial risk before it escalates. Along with that, he'll also be providing the plan A that he has actually promised for. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mr. Sandeep Shetty, the keynote speaker for the day.
Thank you, Jayant. Can I use the slide or to write something? Before I start, Guru Bhyo Nama, how many of us brought the mobile phone? Please open that and don't switch off, don't put it in the vibrate mode. Please use that while I'm speaking. Please make a note of it. Whatever I say, it makes sense to you, okay? This one? How many of us wants to become entrepreneur? Please raise your hands. Good. How many of us wants to become employee? No one? Good. Or else you don't get the employees if nobody is there. Your business will fail. Yeah. The 2 people who said, I want to become employee, please raise your hand. Yeah. Where do you want to get placed? Which is your ideal company? Not planned? Good. You have a time. Please plan. Who else? Dayan? Yeah, tell me. Huh? Accenture. What does Accenture do? No idea? No problem. Even they may not be having the idea too. So what does Google do? Search engine? Good. What does HP does? One is petrol bunk, one is IT company. Correct? What else? Anyone has any ideal companies to work for? I'll give the clue. I'll help you to get there. Anyone? No one? Okay. So what does AIMA do? They did a MOU, right? What they do? Academia, the bridging the gap, skill sets, correct? So I'm a builder also. My dear friends, all are in the same business. There is no difference between AIMA, HP, Google, Accenture, Facebook, Tata, Reliance. or all the future company which you have not named it. You want to become business owners, right? But you have not named your business. All those unnamed business are all in the same business. What is that? Perfect. Perfect. The business purpose is making money. All are in the same business of making money. It's a different route, that's all. Agree? Now, why are you studying MBA? Anyone? Dayan, where is your friends? We're all studying for what? For knowledge? Money, correct. Perfect. In the capitalism world, you need to work and make money. Your objective is only to make money. Please remember that. Please remember that. If you're not paid well, change the job. Why I'm telling this? If business owners, if the clients are not paying well, we change the clients. We go for the next clients who pay us well. Then why not you? You also change the job or acquire those skills to make more money. Clear? The purpose of business is to make money. The purpose of we working in the capitalism world is also to make money. If you don't make money, what will happen? I'm going to tell you now. When I started business at the age of 25, I asked my father, we are from business community. Dad, from your 47 years of experience, give me one tip for the business to run. Not two. You may be having hundreds, but I want only one tip. I was running the restaurant that time. He asked me, Sandeep, whether your employee work for the same salary for the next 10 years. I said, no. What is your rental? I said, I'm paying 75,000. Whether your landlord will give the same rental premises for 75,000 for next 10 years. I said, no. When nobody wants to give the resources at the same price, even no employee wants to work for the same price every year, your role as a business owner is to keep increasing the profits. Making money is 50%. Another 50%, my father gave that answer. What is that another 50%? To increase the profit year on year. We business owners think like this. We want to increase our profit year on year. If your salary is not growing year on year, you're in the wrong company, or else you don't have the skill set. Please do keep acquiring the skill set. Who is your, you said Accenture, no? Who is the client for you? Accenture. Because he's the one who's paying to you, right? Who is customer? The person who's paying the money to me is the customer. For the S University, who is the customers? You. You're paying the money. Students are the customers. Right? So for the employee is your customer. Even though you're an employee, think like a business owner there also. What my client wants. You're valued on only on the two things, my dear friend. What's your name? Rohit. You as an employee, you're valued on only two things. There's no third thing, I'm telling you. You need to understand what is the vision of the company. Okay? You need to understand what is my job description or job role. Perfectly you need to study. And you need how well you execute that job role. This is the only thing. What are the two things? What is the vision and how well you execute that vision. In that way you are valued. Even for the business owners, thank you Rohit, sit down. Even for the business owners, how crystal clear is your vision, how well you execute that vision. Only two things your business is valued on. Education is only plan B. Mr. Jayant, I'm going to answer now. Why I'm going to tell you. 84% of the people who study MBA have done engineering. Okay, even I'm also MBA graduate. We don't work in the same field. What is the percentage? 84%. Whether you are in the 16% or 84%, we don't know it. Even you also don't know it. What does it indicate? The best dental college in India is run by lawyer. The best prime minister is a chaiwala. the Guruji, yoga master, is running the university. It is not his line of business. What does it say? I have only one goal in your life. I have that health and everything. Since I'm a financial person, I'm giving more importance to the financials. You need to have other holistic goals as well. As an employee or business owner, your role is only to make money, make money, make money. If you don't make money, what will happen? Every rate will go up. Every expenditure will go up. You will be in the trap. For that, you need to make money. Understand? If one job is not giving you the success, change it. Don't stick on to your dream job, your passion and everything. Even Tata, Reliance, are they doing the business in their passion? No. Capitalism understands only one language. What is that? Money. I love money. Do you? Good. We are in the same room. 95% of the business fails not because of MBA students, not because of product, not because of digital marketing, not because of product, strategy, branding. No. It is not Sandeep Shetty's statement. It's a fact. 95% of the business fails because they're bad at financial management. I'm going to, how many are doing finance as a major? Is your mobile phone on? Please make a note. If you solve these two problems for any business or else in your own business, you can solve 90 to 95% of the business challenges. Business won't fail. Number one is you need to understand what is the cost of money to run that business. The debt has a cost attached to it. Equity has a cost attached to it. Where is Dhyan? Dhyan is outside? Okay. Who wants to become my interactive person? Any business owners wants to become business owner? You have a nice haircut. You. What's your name? Vaibhav. Please get up. You give me 100 rupees to me. Please be there. You give 100 rupees to me. You want to, or 100 crores. Let us talk big. You are a business owner. You give 100 crores to me. After 1 year, I'll give 100 crores to you. Are you happy with that? You got your return? You got return, no 100 rupees. 100 crores.
I can invest in some better place to get even more returns.
Yes, what you call that is the cost of debt or investment. Thank you, Robert. So, when we start a business, there is a liability and asset. Each liability, you can have the debt and equity. Debt has a cost attached to it. Equity has cost attached to it. Which is more expensive, Vaibhav, debt or equity? Equity in the long run, 3 to 4 times more expensive, my dear friends. Before you rise your next round of series, please remember this. You're giving away your equity, profits, all the profits. In the debt, you're giving only, you're serving the interest, that's it. So please note down this, equity in the long run is 3 to 4 times more expensive than the debt. So first, as a business owner or as a finance person, you need to understand what is the cost to run that business. Ask your Accenture, Google, show me what is the cost to run your business. You borrowed 100 crores, but what is the cost? How much you need to repay to the debt and the equity? Understand that. Second, understand whether your business is generating at least equal to that. If your employer or if your business is not doing that, you can't sustain for a long time. The second rule in the good financial management is, what is the purpose of asset, Vaibhav? What is the purpose of asset? No. The purpose of asset is to generate enough cash flow before liability demands the cash flow in. I'm giving 100 crores to you. Next year, how much you need to pay me? At least 25 crores? 125 crores? What happens if you give me after 2 years? Again, you need to borrow money. You will be in the trap. These are the two things. I'll repeat the mantra. First, understand what is the cost of running your business, the debt and equity. The second mantra is the assets has to generate cash flow before liability demands the cash flow in. If you solve these two problems, 90 to 95% of your problem is gone, not there. Another 5%, all this operation, branding, strategy, everything. Why most of the business don't follow this, I'll tell you. They utilize the short-term fund for the long-term assets. Long-term asset generates the cash after 1 year. Short-term funds it demands the cash before 1 year. There is a mismatch, asset liability mismatch. They fail. Your idea is brilliant. Your cash flow is poor. What will happen to your business? Fails. All the people, MBA students who are doing the majors in the finance, please remember this. Don't let your employer or your business to fail by not following these two principles. Now let's come to why employee fails to build the wealth. Shall I give the answer to that? As an employee, why we fail to make money? I'll give a simple rule. Just follow this. All your, again, 80 to 90% of your problem I'll solve. Before 30 years, every year, just save 10% of your salary. Just 10%. Not more than that. Just 10%. Between 21 to 30, 31 to 40, save 20%. Above 41 years, save 20% of your income. All the problems will be sorted out. You focus only on making money. Only on making money, 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 money. That's it. Nothing else. Do you want me to talk on the AI's impact on your business or employment? Yes? AI is already a past. Please remember, artificial intelligence is already a past thing. It's maybe almost 2 years back. Such a old thing. AI, we need to talk like this, okay? We are aging very slowly, but you will age very faster with the advancement with the technology. Now, what is the thing is AGI. What is that? Artificial General Intelligence. Do you know what is the IQ level of that? 155. 155. That is superhuman, right? Not yet. This AG also will phase out very shortly. By 2028 and 29, ASI is coming. ASI is Artificial Super Intelligence. IQ level of that would be 250 to 300. That is the equivalent to a god. If you're amazed with the superhuman being, then the god is coming. God of artificial intelligence. So how do we make money in the business or employment? There is a problem. You solve that problem. The gap between that problem and the solution, you charge money for that. As a Accenture, why would Accenture will pay you, Rohit? Because you're solving their problem. They don't have the solution. You're giving the solution. And for that gap, you're getting paid. Correct? What this AI or AG and ASI is doing, it's a superhuman and a god. What it does is, it identifying the problem and giving the solution. The gap between the problem and solution is very reduced. If the gap is huge, you make more money. If the gap is small, you make less money. So what are the problems you're solving? AI is already solving that. What problem are you going to solve? And in the few segmentation, the AI can identify the problem. It can generate the website by itself. It can get connected to all the social media by itself. It can create the creativities by itself. It can take the orders on the website. The drones will deliver the order. In the next few years, in the certain segment, $10 to $20 million of the business done by only AI. Humans are not required. In certain segments, $10 to $20 million business it does. So what does human has to do? When the AI is taken over by our job, what AI has to do? So we'll be taxing the AI in the future. If you work, I will tax you. If AI works, I will tax AI. If you do 100 crores business with AI, I'll tax 70%. It's okay, no? I invested 30 crores, the AI is making me 100 crores, I'll tax 70 crores. That money I'll give to the human beings. The robots are working for the humans in the future. And to make money in the future, your skill set is not enough. You utilize the AI in favor of you, make more money. Okay? What AI cannot do? AI cannot do creative work and emotional work. No, we have not reached yet. Do that. Okay? Thank you. And I forgot to ask this question. How many of us wants to become professors? Professor, are you not coaching your students to become professors? Yeah. The hottest career in the future, it's professors, teaching. When humans don't have work, where do we need to place them? We need to place them in the universities. No, I'm telling fact. If you have not considered teaching as a career, please do consider. It's heavily paid. And with AI, your average living span goes more than 150 years. Maybe your next generation goes up to 250 years. And I'll tell you, I'm working last 20 years. After working 20 years, I'm feeling exhausted. But you and your kids has to work for 80 years, 100 years, 150 years, 120 years. Quite boring, right? But we have a S-VYASA with us for the holistic curing. Okay, now I give one more trick. I was an employee also. I work for HP, Apple. You name Fortune 100 companies. Out of 5, I worked out of Fortune 100 companies. My salary when I started 1.4 lakhs per month, 2009. While I was leaving, my salary has gone to 3.5 lakhs. 6 years I worked. Because I want to get exposure before I come back to my own business. I'm going to tell the secret which my CEO has told to me. I asked him, for which person you give more salary? How do you choose this salary pay scale? Interesting, right? We are working so hard. Ask the CEO only. Why to ask for HR? Ask him, ask the CEO only. That trick has worked, it has worked, and it will work for you also, whether to give a salary to your employer or else to get a more rise from your employer also. If you can save your manager's time, you will get more salary. Out of CEO, if you are a board of directors, if you are a chairman, who gets more salary? CEO, COO, or CFO? Who gets more salary? CEO? But CEO doesn't work anything, no? He gives the direction, right? But the ability of making his decisions saves the time of the chairman. The CFO, we work very hard than the COO. But still the COO gets more paid than us as a CFOs. Why? They save more time. They run an organization, 100 people, 2,000 people under a COO. But in a CFO, maybe 10, 15, 20 people, that's all. Ask your manager, if you're an employee, what makes you, what's bothering you? Take that time and you manage that time by working his objectives so that he can put his time to make much more money. I want to make a lot of money, Rohit. So something 10% of my job, even if I don't do it, if I delegate to you also, it is fine. And you come and say that, Sandeep, sir, whatever the problem you have, at least minimum 10% you give to me, I'll give to you. That 10%, if I spend on somewhere else, what salary I'm paying to you, much more than that, I'll make the profit. Isn't it? Understand that. It's the key. It's a trick. And even in your employment also, if you want to give the employment, whoever saves you the more time, give more salary. So that time you can spend to get more money. Understand? Do you know, friends, why I'm here? To talk? No. I'm here. All the business owners, future business owners, all the future employees, and the future teachers. I'm here not to talk. I'm here because of a relationship. Please remember this. The ex-vice chancellor of S-VYASA University was my teacher, Mr. Ramchandra Bhatt Kotemane. Okay? And I have my schoolmate, Mr. Ash here, and he has connected to Vignesh. The Vignesh has connected me to here. I don't go generally to the schools. Why? No money. But why I'm here? Because of the relationship. And with Guruji, I have immense respect. Because of him also, I am here. So what does it says? Before you leave this MBA campus, make few friends. Money can't buy so many things, but relationship can buy so many things. Who knows? Your next partner is here. Your next investor is here. Your next employee is here. Your next employer is here. Why to prepare for so many mock tests? Isn't it? That is the power of relationship. Please make at least tens of friends. Do you know how many friends I have in the market? Anyone can guess? More than 3,000. I have more than 3,000 friends in the market. Don't limit here. And when you are an employee, Accenture, you have a confusion, no, whether to go for Accenture or Google. You make a friends with both HR. Whichever you feel, you make a decision. I asked you one question, how many of us wants to make money? Maybe 90% wants to make more money, correct? Shall I give the answer? How to make more money? One more trick? That question itself is wrong. That question itself is wrong. My apologies. I should have asked, how many of us wants to make 100 crores? No one? Or maybe more? 1,000 crores, let's keep it average at least. 1,000 crores. The question I am going to ask now, don't give me the answer. Think. To make that 1,000 crores, what kind of problems you need to solve? If you solve in the market poor people's problem, you will become poor. Correct? If you solve rich people's problem, you will become rich. There are some social entrepreneurs are there, NGOs are there, government is there to take care of the lower middle class and poor people. In the capitalism world, if your aim is to make 1,000 crores, solve rich people's problem. Understand? Understand? If you want to make only 1 crore, solve poor and middle class people. With this, I'm going to end. Thank you so much.
So the takeaway for after the keynote speaker session is definitely make more money. Yes, keeping that in mind. Before we go to the last panelist, who is the Pro-Chancellor of S-VYASA University, before I call Dr. Ramakrishna sir here, after that we have a small panel discussion. Now, ladies and gentlemen, last but not the least, but most important speaker of the day, Ramakrishna sir. Sir, over to you, sir, please.
Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. At the holy feet of our respected Guruji, I salute dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. Let me congratulate Gitanjali, Anish and Vignesh for having made this day very memorable. You know, two different schools or organizations with different objective, but finally culminating to one objective is joining together. One is an association of a very big width and depth, covering the whole of the management people, orienting to make money and to make everyone wealthy, but another organization to manage total personality management. See, the Yoga University established by a person from NASA, an engineering background, converting into human engineering. That is our Guruji. Ultimately, what is required is health, happiness, and harmony. Friends, remember, money alone will never give you happiness. Money alone will not give you health. Money will not provide you harmony within yourself, within the family, within the country, and in the world. What is required? We required all the three. And yoga dimension is that its main objective is health, happiness, harmony, and finally self-realization. In this scenario, the two organizations coming together for mutual growth and development is really worth, and I congratulate all the people who are associated with this. I totally differ from Dr. Sandeep's discussion now. If money would have given happiness, making money, the big countries and the very rich countries would have been somewhere in a different place. Yes, money is too important. But if you make money through the yogic method, you will never get disappointed, even if the company closes or, should I say, bankrupt? See, it is called Karma Yoga. Guruji has been, for the last 25 years, made this very special pattern, wholesome management, wherein you never get hurt, you never get disappointed, and you never fall sick, but you will be rich. Hey, what a beautiful technique is this? That is Karma Yoga. This is from Bhagavad Gita. Gita makes amply clear, Lokoyam karma bandhanaha. Yes, we should engage, we should become entrepreneurs or employers or whatever for that matter, should keep on working. Otherwise, you become inert, lethargic, and finally, you will see your future in a different way. When you engage yourself in a work or in a profession, with what attitude you should proceed? That is very important. In the beginning itself, dreaming for 1,000 crores, and then not even removing all zeros, only one? No. Plan in such a way, what is called as nishkama karma. I will do for the sake of work. I am a donkey. I should do work, I will do work. I am not bothered about the result. But thing is, remember, result is directly proportional to the quantity and the quality of the efforts that you put in. If you are perfect and disciplined in your efforts, the result will come to your feet. That is called as karma phala. Later, what will you do? That karma phala, go on accumulating. Remember, less luggage journey, more comfortable. Otherwise, you will land up in ED, CD, CBI. You know, many people are landed already and also they are on the way. Many 1,000 crore scams and all. Okay, you have earned money because you have done a lot of effort sincerely, karma phala. But what attitude you should have? Karma phala tyagaha. You should not go and just keep in the bank and calculation. I have this. Array, spend that money for innovative ideas, venture labs, more and more industries, more and more business. Become like Tatas. And I mean, you cannot keep that amount in a custody and just making dreams. That has to be spent, what is called as karma phala tyaga. Karma phala tyaga is not telling that I donate everything to my family and then I take sannyas. No, it is not that. You should create more jobs, more employment, good industries, make in India. When you do that, what does it do? You will grow. And that karma phala tyaga, again he says, yajñārthamiva karmani. Whatever you spend and invest, always keep it in the mind, our country's growth, people's growth, and community's growth and development. After all these, there is one more called as nishiddha karma varjyaha. Never do such a business, even though it fetches you a lot of profit, which is harmful to society, which is harmful to an individual. Here I will take the reference of one gentleman and I will complete. One of my very close friend, who is the chairman of a big university now, and he is the chancellor too. I was his family consultant for the health problems. One day I went there. Son was sitting there, and father was sitting there. Son came inside. He showed, Papa, I got the order. I got the license to set up a liquor industry, big way, very near to Bengaluru. Government has given permission. And he appreciated, and he just took that license and read that, and he cut into several pieces and threw into the bucket. And he started, Papa, I have spent 25 crores for this license. Don't worry. With this 25 crores, I know that you will make 2,500 crores, maybe it is more. But do you know how many families are going to be in the street? I will not allow. Forget about the money you have spent it. That is called as Nishiddha Karma Varjya. We should never do such a business, even though it fetches you lot of profit. Otherwise, the society will not pardon you. So therefore, what is the take-home lesson? Let us follow the theory of Karma Yoga, which has been modeled by Guruji, and you will make money, as Sandeep has said, but you will be healthy, you will be happy, and you will be contributing for the nation. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
So I think the audience have been put into a split situation. Now, should I make money or should I not make money is the question. But probably, with my limited understanding, I think the whole world works on balance. Gravity on balance, life on balance. So I'm not a proper person to speak on that in front of such a big audience. So I request all the dignitaries, thank you so much for inaugurating this session. Now we have a panel discussion. I request all the dignitaries to please be seated on the other side. Now I'll call upon the panel members. Madam Jilik Sharma from Talisman. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it a big round of applause for ma'am. Madam, please. Madam Jilik Sharma, the first member for the panel discussion. Next up, we have Deepak sir, who runs Durga Logistics. Sir, please. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Deepak sir. Next up, we have Mr. Anantraman sir, the veteran in the field of networking and contact. Sir, please. Next, we have Dr. Abhijit Jain, who is the chairman of Institute of Chartered Management Accountants of India. Sir, please. One more panelist is our head of the department. She'll join in a while. So panel members, I request you to introduce yourself and we'll kickstart this session one by one, starting from Deepak sir.
Namaste, Hari Om. This is Deepak Rajgopal. I run people logistics. We currently transport around 55,000 children every day, school to home and home to school. Thanks to the corona, business came to a standstill. We had to diversify. We run now dealership for Aisha trucks and electric autos. Currently we have 9 showrooms, and of course things have bounced back. We are also back into the business of school transport. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Jilik. I've been listening to all the conversations on wellness. So I'm the CEO of a wellness firm called Mibosa. So everything that you've said is very, very close to my heart. I'm also an advisor for a firm called Talisman. And we deal into software products. We look at employability, and some of the conversation that we're going to have today is about that. So very, very happy and excited to be here. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. This is Anantram here. I started working at the age of 18 and then started my own business at the age of 23. I'm about 558 now, so still starting many more businesses. Okay, so initially I was into IT infrastructure space. Then subsequently We also started an organization, I mean in the sense, started a Bangalore region, an organization called as BNI. It is a business networking organization. So over 2,500 entrepreneurs are there currently. And so subsequently I started a retirement home for senior citizens. In this journey of about 35 years, I started more than about 10 to 12 businesses maybe. So it is still continuing. Thank you.
Good morning to one and all here. Myself, CMA Abhijit Jain. And currently I'm the chairman of the Bangalore chapter of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. So my background is basically, I was into corporate and then I moved out of the corporate to get into practice, and currently I'm into practice of consulting into taxation, costing, etc. And I've been passionate about teaching, so I visit a lot of universities and colleges to teach postgrad students as well as professional students, professional courses. And the industry and academia connect that you talk about, currently ICMAI is a professional course, as most of you know. So we have both members from the industry, we have members from who are into practice, as well as students as well. So we have about 116 chapters all over India, and we are headquartered at New Delhi. It's an institute set up under the Act of the Parliament. So we are a government organization as such, and this is just an honorary position right now, which is through a process of election. And yeah, that's a short introduction about.
Thank you. First of all, thank you so much everyone for joining in. It's so great to see everyone on the request and the invite of us and gracing this occasion. This is Dr. Gitanjali here. Being an academician as well as into the industry, shuffling between academics and industry. Previously, I worked in leadership roles in AIMA University as an HOD for MBA HRM program. Then thought, let's get back to the industry. So went back to the EdTech firm as a lead program design and construct. But I think destiny always calls me back. I'm here heading the Department of Management and Commerce at S-VYASA University. So academics has always been my passion. Teaching has always been my passion. Empowering students is the major thing what I believe in, because Vivekananda ji always believed empowering the youth is the future of how the India will grow. And S-VYASA has created that sense of not only holism, but also patriotism in our students. That is the need of the hour, which I believe, and hence that is where we are moving towards. So thank you.
So good morning everyone. Myself Jayant, I'm the assistant professor here at S-VYASA School of Studies, and I'll be the moderator for the day. So first, can you please display the board? The topic is understanding the gap. I want to keep it open. Dear panel members, do you see the gap that is there in academics? Do you feel the professionals who ought to be professionals, who should come out of the college education, are good enough for the industry to be just taken away and put it into job? What is your take on this? Where is the gap? Open to.
Yes.
You know, the question that you're asking, I think, is on every industry leader's mind. And there were some, I would say, some things which have been stuck in my head, some stats which I'd like to talk about. If you see the World Economic Forum, they released a report on employability and skills, and they said 80% of our engineers are unemployed or underemployed. They said 50% of the MBA graduates today are unemployed. And most staggering is that 44% of the skills that you have today are going to change by 2030. So, you know, if for all the students here, I don't know if you realize that you are actually working for jobs which are not even there. You know, whether it's a prompt engineer, a metaverse architect, a digital wellness coach. I hadn't even heard of these. And I've been in the corporate for now 25 years, and I keep hearing new jobs, and I keep thinking, you guys are at a cusp of a huge transformation. And so when industries come and say that you're not industry ready, you won't be industry ready, because the jobs which are coming up are new. You're dealing with technologies which are still emerging. So of course, we are in a huge, huge transformation where the industry and academia have to come together to bridge that gap. And that's why there's so many discussions and questions around the skill gap that we are seeing today and why our graduates are not industry ready.
Yes.
Yeah, in my view, definitely there is a gap actually. So between the industry and the academics, like for example, long time back when I started my business in 1989, I started an IT industry. We were into the IT infrastructure, networking and all. So that's the time where these routers and all these things were. Internet was just coming, in the sense the people, I mean there was no internet before that. Okay. So whenever we used to have the people coming in from the colleges, be it a diploma or a BE or whoever it is, I used to ask them very, very basic questions. I mean, I won't get into too much technical. Or for example, I will keep one router in front of them. I will just tell them, okay, identify various ports in this router. That's it. Okay. And people wouldn't have seen that. They have not even seen a router in their life. Okay. But they think they want to work for a networking company. Okay. And then next question I will ask them is, okay, which is your favorite scooter or a bike? Do you own it? So they say, no, not it. Then I will ask them, give me the features of a bike. In those days, Yamaha, whatever, 100 or whatever was there. So the people will give me A to Z about that vehicle. What is the speed? What is the number of gears, the torque, that, this, and everything. Okay. That means that even the students, the kind of interest what they show on the whatever is their favorite product, they don't show the interest if they want to join such kind of an organization. So I need to be ready for that. Okay, sorry for that. Some people told that, okay, what is the Accenture do? I don't know. Okay, so have you read that? Whatever it is, have you read it fully about that organization or about that product, what you want to make your career? So even the students also have to put their own effort. I mean, I'm sure I understand that for academics there is a lot of syllabus, that, this and all. You may have to go as per that because of the university or because of the norms or whatever it is, I don't know. But at the same time, the programs like this, what you people are making, is something really great, where you are bridging that gap. Okay, this is what actually the universities need. That is the bridging the gap, which the few of the organizations like this are doing. So definitely this gap is there between the syllabus and what is there in the industry. So that I don't have a solution for that, but that gap is there definitely.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that. Yes, Abhijit, sir.
Yeah, I think this is a very pertinent question that you put in, but let us be frank enough, and I think there ought to be a gap. The reason is because you speak about 15 years back, I think the gap was narrower because we were growing slowly. Now the industry is growing so quickly, and we are framing a syllabus, for example, for a 2-year program about, so a year before the program starts or whatever, the syllabus might have been framed a year back. So we are talking about a 3-year gap between the syllabus framing and the person getting into the industry when you're talking about an MBA graduate or a 2-year program at least. So in 3 years, the syllabus was framed, I think somebody was just mentioning 2 years is we just spoke about, or one of our speakers was talking about 2 years. It's very old. AI was very old. So we are talking about something that we are framing today for 3 years down the line. So obviously there ought to be gap. But the whole purpose of formal education is what I see is not exactly application. I am sure all of the panelists over here, as well as all the IT professionals who are there, would or any industry for that matter would agree to it that what we learn is not makki ka makki that we apply. It's just about understanding and having or building the ability to understand the concepts that has to be looked into in the education. For example, you talk about accounting, whether you're doing it in Tally, whether you're doing it in SAP, you need to do the debit and credit. Unless and until you understand the debit and credit of accounting, you will not be able to understand what SAP is doing or what Tally is doing. And unfortunately, nowadays, students say when you go to a BCom class or something, why the hell should I prepare the P&L? Because when I put an entry into the system, I already get a real-time P&L and balance sheet. But the problem is, if you don't have the analytical ability of understanding, or you don't have the basics, as sir was telling that, router, you don't know the ports and you're getting into networking. It is something like that. You don't know the debit and credit and you're getting into accounting. So education as such, I don't think should be seen as a direct application kind of education that we're doing, because for that you have the trainings. The corporates are providing training for that. But in the course of education, what is required to be built as students is basically your logical understanding, ability to understand your domain and the basics. If your basics are strong, I don't think in any industry you go or in any company you go, in the field in which you are strong in your basics, I don't think you should have a problem, because ultimately upskilling, upgrading your skills, etc. will be possible and is the need of the hour. You cannot say that, okay, I have studied, I've finished my MBA, from today I'm shutting all my books, or I'm not going to do any more reading or any more skill upgradation, and I will start off my job. Sorry, that's not going to happen. Because upskilling is required. You need to be learning till the last breath. We are students till our last breath. And I think that is the only way we can bridge the gap between industry and I don't think there's any solution to this, and I don't think we should also be looking at a solution, because we are not building businesses over here. We are building logical thinking and ability of the students and showing them the way as to how to look at things and how to analyze things or how to understand things is what I could say.
The only thing that is constant is change, is what I feel. And generally, if you put it into the perspective of the industry, for example, if I have to share my industry, we have for every 20 buses, one supervisor. His role also includes talking to the parents. The industry per se has modified from a single linguistic parent to currently you have parents coming from North India, so Telugu, Tamil, Rajasthani. So whatever he has learned just to operate, he has to upscale himself continuously. The gap of being unemployed is only until you upscale to the next level on the basis of the requirement of that particular industry. My supervisor, when I generally introduce him or take him into role, we generally ask him, do you know how to use the system, how to use VLOOKUP and all these things. But that does not end there. I also require my supervisor to be street smart, to understand any mishaps that happen on the road, convince the police guy or the other person to enable the movement of the things without getting stopped. So how much are we street smart to ensure that there is least damage in any point of given? So for that, involvement is the criteria. So getting involved, getting seriously into what we do, and in situations, how to come out of it. Today, if there is an examination that has to happen and there is a mishap, so what is my ability to convince the police guy? Or how is the ability to tell the parent if it is getting delayed? So getting into hands-on. I have people who have joined me as, computer operators and everybody. But slowly after 6 months when I talk to them, they tell me that, sir, now I know how to drive a heavy vehicle. So how you metamorphose yourself to the situation keeps always one step ahead. Being visionaries of an entrepreneurship, I think it's more on the people who employ to visualize what the society needs or their employment needs, and to guide the people and tell them, these are the next 6 months that you need to upgrade yourself. This is the next 1 year that you need to upgrade yourself. And probably after such 2 or 3 years, we reach a situation, the employee will start contributing back and visualize what needs to go with the growth of the company. So it's a more of a responsibility of the employer or the person who generates the employment, that how he is going to lead his team.
Thank you, sir. I have few questions to ask before. Would you want to speak, ma'am? Okay. Now, on listening to all the panelists, I have few questions. This is a question not from my side, but by the student side too. Has academia failed to inculcate the skills that are required? Are we failing is a question. This question arises out of the thought process and also because of some of the evidences that I'll put forth. Number one, the falling attendance ratios in the classrooms. People feel that doing internships and projects are much more important than actually going into the classrooms. Number two, that is the evidence that I put forth. Number three, if you want to ask the students that are there here, set of students, if you tell them, I'll give you a graduate certificate and I'll give you a job, or you will have to sit in the classroom for 3 years and I'll only give you graduate certificate, what will they opt for? Now, my answer is definitely obvious. That is probably after emergence of entrepreneurs like Elon Musk, who in all his speeches says, if you don't waste your time in college until and unless if the college is giving you some skill that is very intense, else don't waste your time in the college. This is a public statement quoted by Elon Musk. And he says, if you want to learn a skill, learn it from a book. He says, I built the SpaceX company just by reading books. If a person can build 1,000 crore plus worth company just by reading books, has academics failed? I need 30-second short answer from the panel members, please.
Okay, I'll give you a very quick story. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So there's one guy who packed about he was traveling from one place to another place. So on the way to eat, so his mother packed him some 3 chapatis and then gave. So this guy ate the 2 chapatis. After that, the third one, and after that he started crying or feeling bad. A passerby came and asked what happened. He said, see, when I ate first 2 chapatis, my hunger did not satisfied or go. When I ate the third one, so then my hunger went off. Probably I should have eaten the third one first. Okay. So I should have eaten the third one first. That way I would have saved other 2 chapatis. Okay. That's what is the question, I think.
No comment, sir.
So, the foundation is very, very important. I mean, you can't fast forward certain things, okay? It is required. So let us not fast forward the things and say that, okay, I mean, first let us do the internship, first let us do that or anything like that. Probably all these things would have helped you to do the internship much, much better.
Fantastic, sir. Yes, ma'am.
I love your story, and that was exactly what I was going to say. There's no shortcut. If I think back of my school years, and I did it in Kolkata, the teachers instilled in me, I think, personality type, your ethics. It's just so much more than just knowledge. So your school, your teachers, the knowledge plus your personality, 90% of what you are today, what you are going to be tomorrow, comes from your schooling. So you cannot take that away. And then when you go and work, you need, other things like your skills, you need transferable skills like, they talk about project management, creativity, innovation. All of that will come. It's like you cannot have the third chapati first and be full, right? So completely agree with you.
No comments, ma'am. Since more discussion is happening on chapati, I am now more feeling hungry. Yes, sir. On a lighter note.
I think we have had these academics that we call today, right from the days of Gurukula, and something that has survived this kind of the change of mindset for thousands of years. I think that's a time-tested story. I would be more than happy to read Mahabharata and become Arjuna and no need of Drona.
Probably I asked a wrong question, I believe now.
The simple question that I would like to post again is, are we looking at education as only as a job giver? I don't think so. That's not the only purpose. And why are we questioning only like an MBA program or a BCom program or a master's program in technology or IT program, whether it's going to give me a job or no? As Madam rightly said, why the hell go to school? What are we doing from school today? I'm just talking a little bit of English. I know a little bit of maths that I'm applying what I've learned in school. I don't know what the history that I studied in school, the civics that I studied in school, the geography that I studied in school, physics, chemistry, biology, nothing of them I'm using today. So the point that Elon Musk has told, whoever might have told, it just boils down to saying that don't study all this, just get into job and start earning. That's basically what a panchar does. He just gets into the job and puts his son directly, and he says, okay, you do the panchar job and you know how much you have to collect, how much you have to give. So that's not the whole purpose. Education is not only for getting a job or earning money. It is to build a personality within you, and until unless, as sir has also told, without the foundation, it's absolutely, without knowing the theory, you cannot get into the practicals. Simple.
I'm grateful that everyone supported education, right? Because I'm the one academician sitting here trying to defend the very tough question which he put as an academician, which you shouldn't have. Right? The important thing is the foundation. The foundations are very important. Right, he did. And as he rightly said, during the course of our education, apart from their intellectual ability, the social skills, the interpersonal skills, the best teacher what we have met, the best friend we have learned. We have learned for so many things. I do understand industry and academia is always been a troubled marriage because there is a communication gap. There is a gap. Specifically this industry and academia is a very troubled marriage where coming to one consensus is very difficult, but we are trying to build that gap. If you look at the history of the technology which has been coming up, internet came in 90s and it took almost 10 years to come for the next technology to come. But now the gap of technology transformation has become very shorter. You know, we are talking about ACS, we are talking about ChatGPT, chatbots. We are moving very drastically from Industry 4.0 to Industry 5.0 and Society 5.0. So that is where the challenge is between both our industry and academician. I wouldn't say the academician should not focus on what the changes is, we should. And we should adapt to the changes and start developing. Be agile in development of a curriculum. And be agile in giving what the skill sets and the requirement of the industry is.
That's interesting. Now, I don't know, it scratches me to ask some questions on representing students. If you're all agree, panel members, I will do a small rapid fire round and ask only 3 questions to each of you. We'll start from Anantraman, sir. Sir, please. So probably these questions are based on what students are expecting to ask to you. I just need a very closed answer, yes or no, with a line explanation. Would you hire a graduate who's very honest, or would you hire a experienced person who is ambitious?
Tough one. So definitely I would hire a fresher. Okay, absolutely, I don't have any issues, and train them, okay, the way I want it.
Fantastic, sir. Next question. Would you hire a graduate who is having average skills but who is loyal, who might stay? Or would you hire a star performer who is very ambitious, might quit, might not quit?
Okay, so the person who would stay with us for a longer period, okay, definitely that's the person I am looking for. I can create a star performer.
That's fantastic, sir. The last question. If you get a chance to come back to academia as a student again, what is that you will look forward for?
Yeah, definitely I want to start from the scratch, in the sense like earlier in the computers we used to have something called as a control alt delete, Okay, so forget everything and then start fresh. I don't mind doing
Okay, that has actually answered my fourth question also, but still I'll ask it. Probably you might give a different dimension. What is one tough skill that you learned as an entrepreneur, sir?
One tough thing is the growing demands of the customers. It's always, okay, anytime, whatever the satisfaction level you take the customer to, like, okay, this is what today you'll be so happy that, okay, I have satisfied this, but the next time the customer level, I myself would have probably set it at the next level, okay. So that's the one tough thing which always there for me.
As a mentor, as a person who has networked since decades, this one thing I want to tell it to students when I meet them. There's a burning desire to tell to students. What is that one lesson that you want to give it to students?
Yeah, what I always tell, I mean, even I can see a lot of my other colleagues are there from BNI. So what I always keep telling is you need to build the network before you even need them. Okay, so you have to first build the network. I mean, the people around you. In fact, my own case, for example, when I wanted an investment for one of my businesses, so I had developed that kind of a connections with the people, and then my first thing itself, I wanted about 60 crores for an investment, and with one call or with one meeting of about 10 to 15 minutes, that person gave me a 60 crore. Okay, that's none other than Dr. Velumani Thyrocare. So he gave it to me. So I never built that network or thinking that one day Dr. Velumani will give me the money. Okay, like almost for 10 years he was my kind of a good friend. Okay, not even once I asked him money. Okay, so but that day when I needed the one call or one discussion with about 10 to 15 minutes, he decided. So that's it. So I never built a network thinking that he is going to give me a money. Okay.
So build network is the motto. Yes, sir. Ma'am, please. So similar set of questions, ma'am. First I'll start with, probably I'll go reverse the order so that the panel members shouldn't be prepared to answer a small selfish part of me. Yes, ma'am. Graduate who is honest or graduate who is ambitious?
Honest.
Honest.
Yeah, it doesn't even take thinking, because every other skill you can build. Honesty, I can't build.
Average worker who will stay, ambitious worker who will not stay.
Ambitious, what's your second one?
Average worker who will stay in the company. Ambitious worker who might not stay because he's very ambitious. Ambitious worker. Yeah, if you can elaborate on that part.
We're living in the moment. Our projects are all short-term. Technology is changing. I want someone who performs well, does his bit. Everything's changing, right? So we'll get the next ambitious person.
Yeah. Okay, so the market is huge. You'll have a lot of ambitious people around. Okay, the next question.
Yeah, I want to tell you, you have a job in Coffee with Karan. So you can be
I wish Karan Johar sees this program. Yes. Okay, ma'am. The next question is, what is one tough lesson you learned from the industry?
So I've worked for 25 years. I was in human resources. I'm an ex-CHRO of a product company. And I realized I was working 14 hours, 15 hours, 16 hours, almost like for years. And one day I got up and I said, okay, I am done following, being in this rat race. I want to do something which I want to do. So the tough lesson is, and when you say that and you invest and you put in money and you start a business, the chances are that you will fail more often than be successful in the first few years. So I think the tough lesson is you just got to believe in yourself and you got to believe that you're solving a problem. And that's what's carrying me through. I'm an investor. I'm also advising on employability. We work with several universities. And I think employability is a problem which is very close to our heart, and we want to solve it. So that's
last question, ma'am. If you get a chance to come back as a student, what is that you will look forward for?
I would love to come and learn some technology because it's changing so fast. Yeah, I think that's one thing that I would say, to answer your question where you're saying about academia.
Yes.
I think students today need a lot more practical, hands-on labs, industry guys like us coming and talking to them. We have 1,000 stories, and we'll tell you all our stories and the lessons we've learned, right? As students, we never got that. So yeah, would love to come and do something.
That's bravely answered, ma'am. Thank you for that sharing. Sir, please. Sir, I'll start from the reverse order. If you become a student, what is that you look forward for?
Yeah, I think the best part is have the same friends back.
Okay, fantastic. Okay.
That is something we can't miss. And of course, the same academia also, we sometimes come across the same teachers. The nostalgia is that, you share all the thoughts, even though they would have made you stand out of the class. But still, it gives us so much of reassurance that when you meet back, whatever you are today is because of all their guidance and blessings. So to get back blessings every time is like getting back oxygen. And I would cherish that, at any point of time.
Yes, sir. One tough lesson that you learned as an entrepreneur.
Listen to everybody, but put your own thoughts into place. That's the...
Sorry, sir, but this instigated me to poke you. Why did you say that statement? If you can elaborate in 30 seconds.
Yeah, just to put it in my industry, we started this at the year 2000 or 98, 99, 2000, and people were very much concentrating on the software, which was the boom. And they used to get handsome money, and they said, I was into school transport. They said, you're getting 1/3, 1/4, why do you want to get into this business? Already people are getting this kind of money in the market. But today, who all are there? They have ended their career at 80, 70, 100 buses. Today we are at a fleet of 1,300 and growing. So probably I listened to them, I didn't respond, but I thought that, what makes sense for me, maybe after 10 years or 20 years, school is a segment that, if you had to prioritize your earnings on what you spend, the third most important is the money that you would spend on the children's education. So I said, being a transporter, how do I get along with the kind of money people would not find it stingy or, would like to cut corners. Safety was the factor. So that prompted me to just listen to others, but also pursue my, thoughts.
Last question, sir. The same question. A graduate who is averager or a graduate who is ambitious? Whom will you prefer for the job?
I think you spoke about honesty and ambitious.
Yes.
I would not put both on the same plate. Being honest is a virtue, that what you carry along. Ambitious does not mean he's not honest. So they're not qualities. They're something that is a virtue you need to carry in whatever work you do. So putting honesty and ambitious, I think it's injustice to both of it. Ambitious, you need to be there. Definitely, because everybody aspires. The tree there, we don't see it every day, but it grows by itself. So there is ambitiousness in the nature itself of whatever we do. Yes, but not at the cost of that would cut down the virtue that people whom you represent, your parents, your gurus, all those things, and failures may be more if you are honest, but still the highest, biggest success comes when we are really honest.
Fantastic, sir. Abhijit, sir.
Yes.
I'll start. Since it's tough to ask you a little bit because you also balance entrepreneurship with academia. You also go and teach in colleges and you also run your business. What is more satisfying, sir?
Value addition.
Value addition in business
value
or
addition
academic?
in anything.
Okay.
Anything you do, if I'm able to add some value over here, sitting for half an hour or sitting for 1 hour, it makes sense. Otherwise, this is not my place. I don't need to be here. I think everybody's added value. And I think that's the most satisfying thing. Every minute, if you're able to add value either to yourself or to the society or to your family, I think that should serve the purpose. You do yoga, you're adding value to yourself. You do meditation, you're adding value to yourself. You do some household chores, you're adding value to your family. And you take a class, that's the most satisfying thing. When I take a class of a class strength of about 60, if I see 55 of them sleeping also, I don't mind. If I'm able to add value to those 5 people who are interested, it's the most satisfying thing.
Fantastic, sir. One tough life lesson that you learned?
Just do what you like, and I think money should flow. don't run behind money.
Okay. Similar question. Probably since sir spoke about virtue, I'll not put the virtue in place. Probably I'll misplace words a little bit. An employee who is loyal and who is not ambitious, or an employee who is ambitious, not so loyal. Loyal in the sense he will not stay in the job, that's all.
I think employee, people say that, okay, don't love your company and all. Yeah, that makes sense when you look at big corporates, but at a smaller level, when you're looking at smaller firms or at a smaller medium level, enterprise level, it's more about relationship that you build with employees, so it's more about loyalty.
Okay, sir. Last, if you come back as a student.
I would love to be into agriculture. I would love to learn agriculture, because I also I went and inquired at GKVK and they said, you're from commerce background, you cannot do it. So I would love to again get back into PUC, get into science and take up agriculture.
Fantastic, sir. Come back to agriculture. Next, same set. Tweaking questions a little bit, since madam you are from academia.
Yeah.
I hope my job is not in danger before I ask certain questions. Yes, ma'am. On a lighter, not putting. Yeah.
Anyways, Vignesh and everyone will take care of your coffee with Karan show.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. First question: if you come back as a student, what would you want to learn? What would you put more of your focus on?
That is what I'm presently doing. Students and the people who are here, this is what I thought the master's degree should be. And this is what I've envisioned for the Department of Management Commerce, and that is what I'm trying to apply. When I was a student, and when of the no industry people would come and like, why is this classes going on? I'm a management business student, why should I sit in the class? I should have been out there selling something and attracting the customers and understanding what actually business is, and that is what I am putting right now into the department, what I envision what my MBA should be like. So that is what I am doing. But and I like the thought that, once I go back to the school or anything, I want to be with my friends again.
Oh, fantastic. Next one. An average faculty who is loyal, but an ambitious faculty. I know it endangers me a lot, ma'am. The question is simple.
You're actually putting your job in the jeopardizing.
I understand.
Nothing. I just believe that everyone is capable, and everyone is capable of doing it. And when you choose to come, you've chosen with a thought process. So there is nothing like an average or a mediocre, which I don't bifurcate in students as well. For me, there is no intelligent or a mediocre or an average. It's always that they will do it. But of course, sticking on to the job is very important, because my project is also important. I'll be a little selfish. Academic here, you should be there so that you continue teaching the students.
Yes, ma'am. Probably that has answered the question. Last question. One tough life lesson that you learned in this line of academics?
I wouldn't say tough life lesson, but what I've learned from both industry and academia, and as all said, network is your net worth. Please build it. And that is what has brought me to this stage, as well as continuing to be connected. That is the toughest, and we academicians are not so good in networking. I always say them, please do network, please do connect with the people. That's very, very important. The one tough lesson in academics is be learning, be ever a student. That's why I think few of our faculties have joined IIM Visakhapatnam for the PGP program to continue our education in the management studies, to understand what are the requirements and how the other B schools, best of the B schools do learn. So we have to be a continuous, and the best thing what I've learned is unlearn. Don't have that barrier that I know this theory, I should do this. No, things are changing. You have to unlearn things. Unlearn, relearn, apply, again unlearn, relearn, apply. That's what I've learned.
Fantastic, ma'am. We have come to the last leg of the panel discussion. We can keep it like this. What conclusion remarks you want to give? Because there are entrepreneurs here, there are academicians, there are staff members, there are external agencies, there are also most important stakeholders of the institution, the postgraduates and undergraduates. Keeping all of them in mind, if you can give a 1 minute conclusion remarks. Probably I'm sorry for giving you less time, but that is how it is. We'll start from Deepak, sir. Sir.
I think from my perspective, once again, we had to keep our financials happy, and whoever was the person who had to give us the contract happy. But my perception of looking at my business was, how can I keep the child happy? Because if he is happy, I think my job is done. And to pursue it, what we did, I think all of us have traveled through school buses today. And with a driver, you have a lady maid or a AIMA going with it. This became a law in the year 2008 by the Supreme Court. We had started this in the year 2000, understanding that, how if my daughter had to travel in a school bus and there were two males, and incidentally if she is to be the last drop, and 5-6 kilometers, I see that, I'm not blaming anybody, either the community or society, but it was a normal instinct. That is where we said one lady had to be there. So we started this thought in the year 2000, and Supreme Court realized this and implemented this as a law in CBSE in the year 2008. So innovation, putting ourselves in the client's place, or whoever is the end user, that gave us focus. Yes, it was a cost, but we said not at the jeopardy of the children that were traveling. And my job there was to cut the anxiety of a parent. Definitely, right? I mean, you're putting your child there, your anxiety is always there. Today, both the parents working, a lot of stress. So the anxiety was taking over. So how do I cut anxiety? We were the first to introduce, the GPS into the system. We were one of the pioneers to give them the SMS notifications. And recently, 2 years back, we used to give them live coverage of their child, how they travel in the bus. Suppose there is a parent sitting in US, we give them access to cloud so they can watch their child going in. So, I mean, putting ourselves in the end user's thought makes us the clear vision that what I need to give back. And though it may be delayed, but we will see success to a larger extent.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that thoughtful thought. Be innovative even before it becomes a law. Thank you, sir. Ma'am, please.
Yeah, I think I'd just like to summarize thinking about the students who are all here. What I would like to say is that at your stage in your career and life, I think look for experiences and grab every single opportunity which is coming your way. I think that's the most important thing. And you also see that when you start working, a successful career is never linear, right? It goes sideways. You take jobs, you drop out, do different jobs, take another, go to a different employer. So don't be worried. I think industry is changing, but we are we are friends of academia. We are not here we want talent as much as academia wants to see you guys succeed. So corporate is your friend. We are here to support academia to make sure that we have the talent for tomorrow, right? And we will work with you to bridge it. That's my only saying. I've been in the corporate for now, 25 years. And this is my advice that I give to every single young mind that I speak to, saying the world is changing. You just have to learn to change along with it. And you'll be in a good place. Thank you.
Fantastic, ma'am. Corporate is your friend. So that's a brilliant way to take it. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, sir, please.
Yeah. So initially, I think when Sandeep was asking, how many of you wanted to become an entrepreneur here, I think almost everybody raised hand, right? All of you wanted to become an entrepreneur. So my one piece of advice to all of you who want to become an entrepreneur is this. So whenever you want to become an entrepreneur, I'm sure there will be so many failures or so many things will happen. So for always, many times the people will think that, okay, if this doesn't work, I will get into this. That is plan B, right? So that means I want you to make your plan B perfect. In a sense, write down, suppose if you fail in this business, you want to join this organization, I will start earning this money, I will do this. Prepare a perfect plan B, okay? And then take a matchbox and burn it, okay? So there is no plan B, okay? So don't have any plan B. First, if you have decided to become an entrepreneur, give 100% to that. Don't think that, okay, I will try this business for 1 year. If it doesn't work, I'll join Infosys or I'll join Accenture or anything. No, that doesn't work. Okay, so don't have plan B.
Fantastic, sir.
So I would like to conclude on the fact that after all this discussion, let us accept the reality that there is going to be gap between academy and industry. There's no way that we can bridge gap, because we are talking about bridging gap between theory and practical. Theory is always based on certain assumptions, and these assumptions are assumptions. You cannot tell they are facts. So this gap is going to be there. So since both of them are there here, the industry is there and the students are there, I would like to just point out one thing, that the students' front, you need to come one step ahead of after academia. Like, for example, sir asked, you want to join Accenture. Do you know about Accenture? Accenture is not going to be taught in your college. There's not going to be a syllabus telling that, okay, we'll teach you about what Accenture is doing or what Google is doing. Now, that's out of your interest that you want to get into Accenture. You need to go and do a research, how to do a research about the company. That is what your academy can teach you. And when it comes to industry, I think industry is also required to appreciate that, yeah, you have the theoretical knowledge and how you can, what's the capacity of you to apply it in real life. That is what the industry is also going to gauge, like sir was telling. Just find out what are the ports of the router, and then I can make out whether you are fit for the job or no. So it's basically understanding that both come at different levels, and the gap is going to be there. Education or academia is to build a value system in yourself rather than to get a job for you. That is what I would like to conclude on.
Fantastic, sir. No comments on that. Yes, ma.
Thank you, everyone. First of all, my grateful thanks personally from my end for being such a wonderful people joining here and showing the students the industry side of it, and that is what I'm going to pitch in 1 minute of mine. Requesting all the industry people here to join our organization as mentors to our students, and do come as a guest faculties because we do have something called as a professor of practice. So we would love if you have an acumen of teaching and flair for coming into the classroom, because I always quote what Director Sir says, not everyone can be a teacher. Right? So not everyone can be into the classroom and teach, but if you have that flair, I welcome you on this open ground to please do come and teach our students. Not only the students, my proposal is to empower our faculties as well on what are the industry trends which are happening, so that our faculties also go with that mindset in the classroom, and we both, stakeholders, teachers as well as students, evolve along with you. Thank you.
Fantastic, ma'am. Before I conclude conclusion remarks, Deepak sir will give you 30 seconds, sir. Yes, sir.
Little ambitious.
Yes, sir.
See, all of us are very clear. There is going to be, the gap. But gap is not only between the students and the entrepreneur. If I'm running a family business, there can be a gap between the son and the father also. But how will you address that gap is the criteria. So any new employee joining us, if we take the relationship of how you would address that gap between your own child, I think we will not be coming back to the same thought next time.
Fantastic, sir. So
dear audience, it's
one
time
small thing I want
yes,
to
sir,
add.
sorry.
Madam, since you mentioned about the teaching, yeah. So in case if you had asked me a question like if you were not instead of becoming a businessman, what you would have made?
I'll ask that, sir.
Yeah. What you would have?
What would you have done, sir?
Yeah. I would have said that I wanted to become a teacher. Okay. So that was my ambition. Always I want to be a teacher.
I think S-VYASA School of Advanced Studies will still fulfill your wishes. Yes. Okay. So to conclude, first we had Deepak sir, who is from Durga Logistics, who stressed upon the need to be continuously innovative. Can you see the vision and adopt it even before it becomes a norm? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you Deepak sir for being present in the panel member. Madam Jilik Sharma, she said, one day I woke up and I took a tough decision. and taking tough decisions matter. I remember this statement from one of my favorite philosophers, and Gitanjali ma'am will scold because I use him and quote him a lot. It is Jiddu Krishnamurti. He says, always do what is emotionally difficult first. Probably that is the key to most of the success. So that success owes to you. Madam, thank you so much for coming to S-VYASA School of Advanced Studies. I think I'm too small or anything to comment about the veteran setting here, Anant Ravan sir. Sir, thank you so much for that story that you put it, the third chapati. You have to probably cross the miles, eat those 2 chapatis to come back to the third one. So that is the story. Thank you so much for being here, sir. Next up, we have my very own friend and a wonderful human being, as I always say, Abhijit Jain. He said, the gap can never be filled. The gap should exist. Probably the void should exist. So keeping that in mind, thank you so much, sir, for being present here. And our favorite, and definitely the head of the department, Dr. Gitanjali ma'am, she stressed that she is living her dream, manifesting it here in terms of School of MBA Studies. We are all happy that this happened. Madam, thank you so much for being present here. By this, we end the panel discussion. I request all the panel members to please be seated. While we come to the last part, you have a question? Little shortage of time, we'll get back to you, sir. You can network a little outside. Okay. So first, a small felicitation has been arranged for all the entrepreneurs who have come here. First, we'll start from the panel members. So I request Anant Raman sir to be please present here. Ma'am, please. I request you to please felicitate, sir. Please. A small token of gratitude from S-VYASA School of Advanced Studies. Next, I request Madam Jalik Sharma to be please present. She's from Talisman. She'll also be engaging us as a one-day session in the coming future. Thank you so much, ma'am. Deepak sir, please, from Durga Logistics is here. Abhijit Jain sir, please sir, Chairman of ICMAI. Here in the hall, we have a lot of entrepreneurs whom we thought it is our duty, hospitality, to felicitate them. So to felicitate them over, I'll hand over the mic to Vignesh. Vignesh, please.
Thank you all for this patient, and in the lunch moment, I will request Subhranshu to come. I'll call one by one. They can introduce their name and what they do within 10 to 15 seconds. Yeah. You can tell your name and your company and what you do.
Hello everyone. This is really a privilege to be here. My name is Subhranshu Banerjee. I'm in industry for last 30 years in IT. First was in corporate for 20 years, and last 10 years I'm doing what I wanted to do. I'm following my passion. Right now, what we do, we help industries to grow, providing the IT services in the sense of CRM and ERP solutions, and that's the glue to make the system works for the management perspective. Thank you so much.
Students will be giving the... Dhanush, hey, students can give. Ready? Ready. Yeah, you only can give. Good. It's okay, go and give. Yeah, next I will introduce Deepa. Deepa, your introduction, but 30 seconds.
Thank you very very much for this opportunity. I'm Deepa. I have 20 years of experience in IT. Now I have my own startup called Zeal1, completely focusing on study abroad program and also collaborate with college. So current engagement is with SAP. I'm running Hackfest 2025 across Tamil Nadu. So Zeal1 is proudly hosting it. That's all about me. Yeah.
And next is Anshu. Come. It's all unorganized. Thanks.
Hi. So I am HR by profession. Like ma'am, I said no to going to office and I started my own thing. Sorry? Yeah. I'm coming to that. So I like helping students, as a lot of things was mentioned about bridging the gap. So my small steps are towards that. I was working till September last year and I've started my own consulting firm, and my aim is to help students get industry ready. That's about me. And I also am a part of SAP Hackfest. I do the presentation skill training and I'm also a jury member.
Thanks for coming. Yeah. No. I have to again introduce to others.
Okay, great. Hi, everybody. I became an entrepreneur with my partner 5 years back. We run a company called S-VYASA Technologies Limited, who are into refurbishing of laptops and desktops, making affordable IT products to the students, mainly focusing on students and education sectors. And that's we have been doing since 5 years. And that's where I am part of, through Mahen and Vignesh got connected to this college. And I had a very good session with the students 2 weeks back. It was a very beautiful session. Okay, and most of the students got connected to me also. And definitely would like to help the students to do the bridge the gap in studies versus academic versus industry. And very happy to be part of this IMA program. Wherever possible, we will definitely work together and see that we bridge this gap as early as much as possible. We have a lot of training program. As a program internally into our office, we would like to hire people, get them trained, be ready for the industry before they really end up the industry, and love to help a lot of them to become entrepreneurs also, with my experience.
I would also tell us that what is the employment you are giving now? How many team members you have got?
We have selected some of them, but then
what is your team size now?
We have around 250 to 300 people right now, and we want to make it 500. So there is an opportunity for the students to join us for that.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. I think too official this is. You can just give, no training. You can just bring that and give. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Mayan, please come forward. I would forget your names also.
Yeah, so invite me and forget it. Namaste, namaskara. Myself, Mahendran. I am a co-founder of a brand called Circularity. By the way, I have one wife and 2 kids. And both the kids are 18 and 20. They've never been to school. So I am a wrong fit here. But anyway, they're industry ready. I thought 20 years back they should be industry ready. That's the reason I homeschooled them. And I ran this brand to make sure that, there are some claps going on, to make sure that do not put people and planet in front of your profit. So we reduce e-waste and bring back to life in that. That's what I do. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Manoj? Manoj, come. Yeah, we'll make it faster. Manoj.
Hi all, myself Manoj Kumar. I have 8 years of experience in IT industry. So I'm basically a passionate upon programming. So thank you for the opportunities here. So, thank you.
Yeah, he was working in my company and now he is an entrepreneur. So this is the first time he is talking also. Thank you. Thanks for coming. No, this for all. Come. This for all the guests. I don't know your name, but please introduce yourself.
Hi all, myself Satyamurthy. I am a partner in a company called KCCS. We are focusing on Japanese language training, and we do placements in Japanese companies in India and in Japan. And we also do student exchange program, faculty exchange program. We closely work with a lot of schools and universities. So I've been invited by my friend Mr. Sendil here, and I think I've never been in the sort of panel discussions in the past. I think this was quite interesting for me and a lot of learnings for me, even though I've been in the industry for the last 20 years. So thanks, Sendil sir, and thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Next, yeah, come. Ajish. Ajish is newly entered yesterday. Yeah, introduce yourself.
I'm Ajish. I work for a company called Entity Data. I'm in software testing. Yeah, that's all. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
I'm Nalini Murthy, founder of FarmFresh Bangalore. Sir, fortunately, I studied agriculture. I did my MSc agriculture. My passion is helping farmers to get a better price. So with this idea, we started FarmFresh Bangalore in 2018. So past 6 years, we are working towards it. So in FarmFresh Bangalore, we are helping farmers to get a better price. At the same time, we are trying to give a good food to consumers. That is what we are doing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Rohit.
Hi, good morning everyone. I'm Rohit. I work with Talisma. I had an academic business within Talisma, and I've been in the industry for about 18 years, and I think it'll be great to come in and talk to some of you about how we can help you make you more industry ready, ready to take on the challenges that all of the entrepreneurs have put in front of you.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. So this side, entrepreneurs, yeah, please come. I don't know. Yeah, come. You're an entrepreneur, come. Freelancer, all that, entrepreneurs.
Hi all. Good morning, good afternoon. Raghu here. I have around 20 years of experience in the IT industry.
Another 2 minutes we'll leave.
Yeah. And apart from that, yeah, I'm the guest faculty for BITS Pilani. So I'm teaching cloud, AI, and then Gen AI, all these things. So both IT as well as the academy, I'm both part of that. Thank you.
Come, I should come.
Hello everyone, my name is Ashwin Sharma. I have a company called 12 to 12 Group where we do digital marketing for especially for big organizations and as well as government entities. We currently run all the social media handles of government of Madhya Pradesh and government of Assam.
So Ashwin is one of my closest friends. Anybody all over the world wants to book tickets anywhere, you can please contact Ashwin.
At a lower cost. Yeah, Amod? Yes.
Hi everyone, I am CS Amod Kulkarni, practicing company secretary, providing compliance, legal and litigation services to entrepreneurs and startups, and also doing fundraising activity for various startups. Last 2 financial years, I have arranged more than 350 CR of funding for startups. That's my goal.
think we have not missed anybody. Anyone? Yeah, we're done. Sir, come. Sir, please, sir. Sir, come. Yeah, it's okay. Latecomers are allowed, sir.
That's what I came late.
I'm always a latecomer.
Happy to be here. I'm the advisor for many government organizations, and I'm helping many startup companies in Atal Incubation Center, Government of India, Niti Aayog. I came to S-VYASA University last week, so I'm very happy to come once again. Thank you.
I think it's all over and we have not missed anyone to my view. So it's a great privilege for us that this is one of the dreams that we want this academia and the industry has to meet somewhere. And I'd like to thank the volunteers who have done this thing. So these are the guys. There is a WhatsApp group we created, and generally I message them morning 2 o'clock, and then I keep silent. Then these guys did this event. So that's one of the greatest thing that we have learned from these guys, what they did this as an execution partners. And they all have a vision of learning, and they're all good at getting into the internships or the jobs. So we all need your help to take them. So this is my request. I can't ask this individually. So I put this, and we also have this vision of within their second year they have to be in an internship. So that's the thing that we have come here, and we request you all your help, and this is the platform that we are starting, and again we'll call you. Please do come and give us your stories here. Thank you.
It would be not fair on my part to heartfully thank you, the two connecting dots, Mr. Vignesh and Jayant, who have been a pivotal role in connecting all of you to this major event. Thank you so much, gentlemen here.
The all leftover gift is for us. Okay, now it's time for lunch, but one small request. In front of the reception area, we have a customary that whoever visits our campus will have a group photo. So request all guests who have come, students, entrepreneurs, everyone to please assemble in front of the reception, and post that I request all the guests to go to second floor. Our student volunteers will guide you. Lunch has been arranged there for the same. Please have lunch. Second floor. Second floor is the lunch place. Please. Student volunteers, please lead them to the reception.